pay the mortgage and other bills. With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles. Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Thursday afternoon.
Mason pulled a Mason and called in sick on the day of the show.
Here we go. Hopefully you're having a beautiful Thursday. Let's get it, yo. Mason and Ireland, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon. What's up, everybody? We got a unique combination for the show today. Bergman's in Vegas.
Is he still alive? Have we confirmed?
We have not.
Okay.
He's losing money, right?
I'm sure he's losing money. And Brian Cohen is here as usual, and Marcus Grant is filling in for John. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Must be good.
Again.
They invited you back.
I know. I didn't vomit on my shoes. It's
I have
great.
no say over this. They just say, okay, you're working with Marcus.
All right.
I'm like, all right.
That's
Marcus
good.
it is. Spin the wheel of host. There you are.
Great. I'm glad the little ticker landed on my name.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
I got
Exactly.
you, Marcus.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So guess what? We are only, because I always think the All-Star break is a line of demarcation.
Right.
We have tipped from summer into football season.
Football.
We only have 45 days till USC plays LSU in Vegas. We only have 49 days till the NFL opener. I think 2 weeks from Saturday, I'm doing the show live from Rams camp.
Okay.
As we get ready and ramp stuff up. And I would imagine that you, being from the NFL Network, this is kind of like your busiest time of the year, or getting into your busiest time of the year.
Yeah, I always tell people, like my friends, family, we do 4th of July stuff, and everybody's like, it's great, it's the middle of summer. I'm like, bro, summer vacation is over for me. Because training camps are opening all across the country. I know rookies are reporting. Veterans are going to start reporting. I think we are like 2 weeks away from the Hall of Fame game. Coming up.
That's
like
right.
that. So it is officially football season.
Yeah, I'm so psyched about that.
I've never been to any type of camp, so I'm going to be at Rams camp with the afternoon show because I'm filling in for Lindsay for the next few weeks. What do I need to expect? What is it? Do I
stay hydrated?
Drink water.
Okay.
Drink water. Bring a hat. Those are two really good rules.
Okay. Hey, you guys are vets, so I want to know because I've never been.
Yeah, I think those are the two most, because at least when I've been to Rams camp, both I think like 3-4 times now, it was smoking hot.
Bloody hot. I've been to Rams camp. I've been to Chargers camp down in Costa Mesa. Same thing. It is just bloody hot.
Okay.
So bring a hat, find some shade, stay hydrated, sunscreen, all of that.
And this year they're over in my neighborhood. They're training at Loyola and Marymount.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop in. I'm going to bring my mom to Rams camp in a couple of weeks.
I love your parents.
cool.
She says I'd like to meet that McVay.
McVay.
I'd like to meet that McVay.
Make it happen.
Is that stepdad Leo coming along too?
Unfortunately, he will be along. You know,
Aw, we love
can't allow that. Come on now.
he is a Niners fan.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But he's going to come over anyway. I told him he's not allowed to wear Niners gear.
Oh, he cannot.
No.
Absolutely. Sorry, not sorry.
Not doing it.
Yep.
So I have got, you guys will laugh, I've got a couple of vacation days coming up.
Mace, I love that you have that.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
So I told you about it earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to go to, actually it's not fully decided because I haven't made up my mind yet, a dude ranch.
A dude ranch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A ranch with horses.
Oh, I've heard this.
It's like it's like fantasy camp, but for cowboys.
Yeah, for cowboys.
Oh.
And now I don't think we're going to lasso things.
Okay, you're not. This isn't like City Slickers. You're not doing a cattle drive.
No, we're not.
Sort of thing.
It's not a cattle drive.
It's not a jaripeo.
But every day you get up, you have your breakfast at 8:30, then you go out and feed the horses, then you go ride the horses, then you go back to the pool.
Hell Hell no.
Oh, come on.
You gotta feed you gotta go and do work on your
Yes,
vacation.
you are doing work on the ranch.
No.
You gotta get
Playing
that,
cowboy.
You gotta get that hay moving. Let's
No.
move that hay.
If I'm having a vacation, I don't want to do bleep. Like I want to relax.
On this vacation, you'll be shoveling bleep.
Yeah,
shoveling bleep. Yeah.
No, Mace, don't do it.
So no, I'm leaning towards it because it feels kind of like once in a lifetime.
It's a story to tell.
There is no internet.
Oh, hell
As it should be, right?
There is no internet on the ranch.
I have mixed feelings about that because on the one hand, it is sort of cool to unplug and get away from everything,
It
but
is.
also I'm addicted to my phone.
Yeah, I feel like I would be cut off from the world, but I still think that may be healthy.
Yeah.
No internet, horses. There's a nice pool. There's a nice jacuzzi.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a little work on it.
My thing is, here are the non things for me that I would be like, one, you got to do work. That's already on a vacation.
Yeah.
Two, the no internet thing, I feel like all of us should unplug at a certain point. But there's so much going on in the world, especially with what you guys do with sports. You need a little bit of it. You know what I mean? You need like a little.
Yeah, I know,
bit
but
of
there's some
integration.
exhilaration riding a horse.
So how many days
You
would
can
you
ride a
be
horse
at this
anywhere.
dude ranch?
How
many days?
Would be there 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a terrible amount of time to be unplugged.
No, I can live with. What do you mean? You don't see? I won the horsemanship award at Divine Word Camp when I was in 4th grade.
No,
How
I'm
dare
not
you
saying-
challenge my horse skills?
The horse. No, I'm not challenging you. I'm just thinking out loud for me. Because look, my grandpa used to have horses in Mexico, and I was little, and I've shared this story. But my thing is, I don't know that I want to do work on vacation. And if you are willing to do that,
Right.
God bless your heart.
Yeah.
Like,
So that feels though like, I mean, it's not really a full vacation, but it's like people who go apple picking or like fruit picking as like a getaway sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
It's one of those things that's fun to do when you don't have to do it, right?
Yes.
You know, like if that's your job, it's not fun to necessarily have to go and, it's your job. But
Yeah.
like when you get to like at the end of the day, go and sit in the spa, it's fun to go apple picking or horse grooming or whatever
Right.
else.
And I want something that's a little bit more adventure-y. And this feels adventure-y to me.
It's very adventure-y.
Yeah.
that's good.
So I'm leaning yes.
I feel like if you want to ride horses, you can go somewhere else where you don't need to do the work. Pero if you're down to do the work and you're like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing that I can talk about forever, go for it.
I'm just more about the whole 3 days unplugged thing because it seems great.
Until it's not.
Here's the thing, 3 days is fine. It's a good amount of time because, you miss a few things, but it's not so much. Like, it's not like if you're unplugged for a week or you go somewhere and you're remote for like a couple of weeks and you come back, the whole world will have changed on you potentially. 3 days is a decent amount of time.
3 days is going to be a challenge, but I think probably good for me.
Yeah.
Good for me.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
But you've said that you literally take your laptop to the restroom sometimes.
I do. I take my laptop to the can. Correct.
So I do
That
think
seems
that
cumbersome.
No, it's a pretty comfortable seat.
I feel like more than anything more than a tablet is probably a little too much.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the potential.
What's the other one? This is the alternative.
Is
Disneyland?
fancy.
Oh.
Do you know the Ojai Valley Inn?
Oh, yeah.
I've
Very
heard.
fancy.
Very fancy.
Really not in what I like to spend for hotel rooms, but it's a possibility.
All right.
Yeah. Ireland thinks I'm upping my game. He thinks I'm finally starting to live the way I'm supposed to live and stay in normal hotels. Because for a long time we had a limit.
Okay.
We never went over $400 for a hotel room. Ever, never, ever.
That seems like a reasonable limit to me.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because now all these places are like $600, $800. Like I think the book rate on Ojai Valley Inn is like $800.
Wow.
Oh, it's
Expensive.
insane.
My thing with rooms, and everybody's different, if I'm going to spend time in that room, I do want it to be nice.
Yes.
But most of the times when you're traveling, at least for me, I don't care. I just need a place to
it's a
shower
place to sleep.
and sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's
I don't
it.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be adventure. You know what I need, Brian? I need that music that goes.
Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Okay,
That's
there we
it.
go.
That's all. Michael Thompson knows it.
Am I supposed to know that?
Yeah, it is from the 50s. But
Yep.
We'll get a little of that and play it around. We got a lot of stuff coming up today. It's weird. No Ireland. No Bergman. We're just kind of screwing around today.
misses Bergie.
It's summertime. And coming up next for you, ESPN has created a list of the top 100 athletes since 2000. So we'll take a look at the top 10 and ask, did they get it right? That's coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Marcus in for John, 710 ESPN.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Call 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. So you ask, how do hands-free Skechers Slip-ins work? Well, it's like they have this invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles, from sneakers to casual shoes and even sandals. Yes, even sandals. So raise your hands in the air and put your shoes on like you just don't care, because you just went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em. So lay our cards down.
Coming back with some Beyonce. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
It's a whole
for the
whole
ranch.
country.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it took me
yeah.
a second, but now I get it.
Yeah.
She wants to be a cowboy. There you go.
Yes, she does.
I feel like you're going to eat a lot of beans.
Beans and Franks.
Yeah.
Beans and Franks over a fire. So Charles Freeman, friend of ours, tweeted, I went out to Disneyland with Walt one time, Art Linkletter once recalled. I didn't want to spoil his enthusiasm. So there's still some debate about who was actually anchoring the show the night that Disneyland opened. Can we get our crack research team after that? I think it was Ronald Reagan. Travis said he thought it was Art Linkletter. Could have been both. But it was apparently a disaster. They fixed it many years. It has been unbelievably successful without me. It's going to do well, even if I'm not there.
About to hit up on 70 years for Disney.
Is that right?
Next year. We figure next year.
Wow.
6 to 9 to this year, yeah.
Take off my shoes and count. I think it's 70 years.
Nice. All right, so ESPN has put out a list of the 100, and I'll phrase it exactly the way that they do, the 100 most accomplished athletes since 2000. And the list is interesting. I mean, I think for me, it is really hard to argue against their pick for number one.
Same.
Michael Phelps, 28-time Olympic medalist, 23 gold medals, an all-time record. He was as dominant in his sport as any athlete I've ever seen dominate their sport.
I mean, yes. It just seemed every race at his peak was his to lose.
Yes.
To the point that even things that weren't necessarily, I was going to say, did he have something that wasn't a specialty or wasn't a strong suit? But the things that weren't necessarily his strongest events, he was still oftentimes the favorite.
Right, because his lead stroke or his best stroke was the butterfly.
Yes.
But he won many races freestyle.
Yeah.
And obviously 23 gold medals. Speaking of the number 23, number 2 is Serena Williams, 23 major titles, major championships. It's hard to argue against her, too.
Yeah. I mean, I will never, of all the things that she accomplished, I still think that last match she played where, she ends up losing, but just the fact that here it was, Serena Williams, we know it's her last match, it was at the U.S. Open, pushed to the limit and just not surrendering in the end was maybe the most indelible image I have of her, of all the things she did, just the fact that even in defeat in her final ever match, it was Serena to the end.
3 is Messi. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
4 is LeBron.
Okay.
Since 2000, absolutely.
Yeah.
5 is Tom Brady. You could make a case for him being higher.
You could. I mean, like pretty much 2000 is where the legend began, right? 2000, 2001.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. 5 Super Bowl championships.
Yeah.
Federer, who was unbelievably dominant. 8 Wimbledon titles. 103 tour single title. Yeah. I mean, I don't follow tennis, so it's really hard to put this into perspective. Michael Thompson would
be better.
Yeah, he'd be better. He knows tennis really well. But Federer, dominant in his era. Simone Biles is number 7. And I got to tell you, I mentioned this last week, but when I was at the Olympics in Rio, one of our analysts was Mary Lou Retton. And Mary Lou Retton told me that Simone Biles does stuff that they never even could have dreamed possible.
I think you could make a case for her at number 2.
Really?
Behind Michael Phelps because of, stuff like that. The fact that, there are moves that are named after her. There's things that she has done and accomplished that it is the Simone Biles.
And nobody else can even do it.
That no one else can even do. I mean, the fact that, all the wins she's had, all the medals that she's had, and just the way she has elevated the sport on her own, I think you can make a case of putting her behind Michael Phelps.
Interesting. And we'll find out how she does next week. Or the Olympics, the opening ceremonies are 1 week from tomorrow.
Right? Are they weeks from tomorrow? Yeah,
week from tomorrow. Opening ceremonies in Paris. Number 8 is Tiger Woods. Yeah, you can make a case he should be higher for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if recent Tiger Woods sort of knocked him down, right? If what we see of Tiger now has tarnished what we saw of Tiger before.
See, I don't think so. Do you think so?
I don't know. I don't think so. But sometimes we have recency bias. People who do these things have recency bias.
Number 9 is one of the most dominant athletes I've ever seen in person.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
I saw him win the 100 in Rio, and I am telling you, it was so electric. There's something about the 100 meters that is just so amazing because an entire stadium becomes very, very quiet as they wait for the gun. And Usain Bolt just blew everybody away. So much pressure on him. Had to win, must win. It's like this much difference between first and second. And just dominant. And the thing I loved about him, I got a chance to interview him briefly after the 100 meters. And Usain Bolt wanted to talk to everybody. He loved doing interviews. I talked to him. Everybody talked to him. There are some of these athletes, like I'm trying to remember the name of the decathlete that year. But as he was walking off, he said, "Yeah, I don't do interviews." I'm like, dude, this is like the whole point. This is your moment.
This is your moment.
Enjoy it. Savor this. But Usain Bolt is there. And number 10 is Kobe, which it's hard to argue with.
Nope.
Especially, it's funny because Kobe, he went to that period where I know Laker fans loved him. I think nationally people just hated Kobe for whatever reason, for multiple reasons probably. But it feels like the love for Kobe has been so enormous. Sadly, after his death.
Absolutely. And he embodies something that I think all of us, we can all use that mentality every day with whatever we do, whether it's at work or with your family, as a dad, as a mom, as a friend, or you're doing your summer shred, whatever that happens to be. That mentality is iconic. Let's see who did make the top 10. Djokovic, number 11, Rafael Nadal, number 12, Ronaldo, number 13. Steph Curry, number 14.
Yeah.
You can make a real case for Steph Curry being higher on the list.
Yeah, I wonder if you
4
move him
NBA
ahead
titles.
ahead of a couple of the tennis players, maybe ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
I think he can go ahead of that.
Katie
for sure.
Ledecky, who's going to have another big Olympics. She is number 15. She's won 10. She's a 10-time Olympic medalist and 21 World Championship gold medals. Tim Duncan, number 16.
Duncan 16, Shaq at 17. Could you flip-flop those?
You absolutely could. I would.
Yeah.
I would. Mahomes is number 18. That seems low.
It seems low, but I also think if they redo this list 10 years from now, Mahomes will be, he might get into the top 10.
Yeah, I was telling Brian, I'm like, there's only 3 NFL players on this top 20 list, right? And 2 of the ones in the top 20 are retired. He's the only one that's not, and he's definitely going to be hired when they redo this.
Yeah, no question.
For sure.
Number 19, Lewis Hamilton, the auto racer, F1 driver. And number 20 is Aaron Donald, who everybody says if the Rams get on a little run,
maybe
AD may
maybe
come
99
back for the
straps
big
it back
finish.
on, huh?
Exactly. I'm hoping for that. Yesterday was Emoji Day.
Yeah, World Emoji Day.
Now, I use a fair number of emojis, but actually I use smiley face turned to the side crying. You know that one, right?
Yeah.
I use that one a lot. I use fire a lot.
Same.
I use 100 a lot.
Same.
Okay.
I do A-OK
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
What other emojis should you be using?
I use the praise
prayer,
hands. I use,
prayer emoji.
Okay, I use that. I use the praise, the 2 hands, praise hands sort of
praise
thing.
hands.
Thumbs up all the time.
Oh,
I do
thumbs
a lot-
up.
I do a lot of
use
thumbs up. So I got it quick because I use thumbs up and I just use it to mean, okay, I got you. I understand what you're saying. But then I have friends who say that it's a passive aggressive thing. And I didn't know that.
Really? What is passive aggressive about a thumbs up?
I don't know. That's what I was confused when I heard that.
I think it depends on because I've heard that too, but it depends on like what you put thumbs up for, right?
Okay.
Like, because in the iPhone world, which
I'm not a part of,
you're
right?
not a part of,
Right.
So we can put thumbs up on a message or something like that versus actually putting the emoji in there. So I think that's the distinction for the Apple world.
But usually when I even not even being an iPhone person, like somebody will say, hey, can you pick something up? My wife will be, hey, can you stop by Target and pick something up?
Yeah,
or, hey, did you get my message or whatever? No, I'll just give the thumbs up. Like, I don't feel like that's passive aggressive. It's just acknowledging.
Just way to go.
Yeah, acknowledging.
Yeah. I think there's a cutoff age though. There's an emoji cutoff age.
Is there?
Where you just stop using emojis because you're a grown up.
Yeah, I feel you there.
So I think I'm right on the cusp.
So
I was gonna say, you're getting close.
I'm right on the cusp of maybe I shouldn't be using emojis. Maybe.
So sometimes just burn them out. Just go hard before you.
I think
you
59 is the cutoff age. So I'm
59,
just
really?
in under the wire. I still use some emojis.
What you can't do is do like the 2 dots and the parenthesis for like the old school smiley face.
Oh, no.
I see
no.
people do that still. I'm like, oh, that's
What?
gross.
Bergman does that.
Oh no,
Bergman does this guy.
the
He does
guy?
this guy with all the.
That's
if you're
that's
watching
a
on
lot.
YouTube,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Have an
the
emoji
shrug
for it.
hand. The
Come on.
shrug hand, but he has like the
typed out one.
oh, that's
Shrug hands is a great one, and hand on the face is a good one too.
yeah. Face
like that
palm
one.
is a good one.
What are your top? Because when you go to your phone, Mace,
Yeah.
and it has your frequently used
Oh,
emoji.
will it tell you exactly
Yes.
what
Yeah,
you
you
use
can go
the
like
most?
because usually there's like a
Yeah.
mine has like a clock and it tells you what's the most recently used
Yeah,
ones
mine
that
has
you
the
have.
same thing. So mine is the crying, laughing emoji to the side.
Yeah,
the,
that's
the
mine.
face palm on the face, the crying emoji one, and then the right side of crying emoji face, laughing, and then the shrug and
I have the
clap
shrug.
and the clap hand.
I use the shrug a lot. I use the praise
Oh,
hands.
clap hands I sometimes use.
Yeah.
Party, the little party noisemaker thing I
Okay.
sometimes
All right.
use.
I have the
Two
heart.
eyes.
Oh, a heart, sure.
Yeah.
I
No,
send
the
my
heart
mom a
one with the hands, not the heart. itself,
Oh,
but the-
this,
yeah,
like the
ones with
Caitlin
the
Clark?
hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that one.
Caitlin Clark.
Got it.
By the way,
Got
Caitlin Clark, how about that, huh?
Oh,
Last
yeah.
night?
it. The assist record.
Yeah,
there?
the assist record, 19 assists in
Yeah.
that game.
I will say
all-time record.
The race for Rookie of the Year, the WNBA, is pretty heated.
Although
It seems like Angel Reese seems to
Angel
have
Reese.
taken the lead. But
no. I think
you think it's locked up?
I think Caitlin Clark has got it.
You think okay.
I think she's got it. Last night she
definitely-
had the assist record, and She scored or assisted on 66 points, which is an all-time record for any player in WNBA history.
That's incredible.
So, yeah, she's just scratching the surface of. Now, the one thing I didn't understand, it's WNBA All-Star Weekend, and they've got a three-point shooting contest, and Caitlin Clark is not in it.
And Sabrina.
And Sabrina.
They both declined it.
Almost beat Steph last year, too.
Yeah. I think for Sabrina, she's like, whatever. I'm almost took down Steph.
Yeah.
Like, what's left for me
But, I
now?
mean, this is good for the sport. Are they already giving it the slam dunk contest treatment where it's like, oh, the 3-point? Yeah, no, I don't want to spoil my image. I don't want to damage my reputation.
I was shocked. I was a little shocked that, I mean, yes, Sabrina, I get it because of what she participated in, but at the same time, I'm like, your sport is getting highlighted right now, which it's never been as highlighted as right now.
Right.
And they both turned it down. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not good for the WNBA. Actually, I'll do this coming up, but, WNBA franchises have become very, very valuable. Mm-hmm. But none of them are the most valuable women's sports franchise in the country right now. And I'll tell you what that is coming up. Plus, we'll spin the wheel of questions. Laura's in for Greg. Brian's here. Marcus Grant in for John. 710 ESPN. Hey, if you're hurt in a car accident of any kind, got to be wondering, what are some of the advantages of hiring Mason's friend Jacob? Well, first of all, you're getting somebody who's been doing this for over 25 years. Maybe simplest answer, Jacob and his team are going to hold your hand throughout the entire process. He is going to handle everything: phone calls, rental car, getting your car fixed, finding a doctor, finding a specialist. He's going to deal with the insurance company on your behalf, and Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. And 25 plus years of experience, he's got the reputation and the clout to get you the compensation that you deserve. If you're injured in a car accident, only one name to remember. It is Jacob. Jacob. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook. Go to @call.jacob. And when you call Jacob, make sure you tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's been a busy block of games in July already, but the black and gold aren't done yet.
Kike shot from 20 and in! Oliveira has scored on the giveaway!
It's another crucial Western Conference showdown, this time in downtown Seattle, as the West is getting wild.
Oh, that's a golazo!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Seattle Sounders. Pre-game gets going Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's May. Summer is here, and it's the best time to get away with the Hyundai you've always wanted at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get the hottest deals of the season on all our award-winning models, plus every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind you can rely on, so get in, get away with a great deal. There is joy in every journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Mace. If you listen to the Mason and Ireland show, you know I love my poker. I love the action and the adrenaline rush of wrapping my arms around a big pot I've just won and sliding it to my stack of the winnings. But poker isn't really poker unless you're playing at Commerce Casino and Hotel. The Commerce is the only place I play poker, largest poker room in the world with the best poker action in Southern California, and there's always a seat for you at the Commerce, maybe next to me. The poker action never ends at Commerce, which is why this year alone, the Commerce Casino will pay out over $20 million in jackpots. Don't forget, great food, friendly staff, daily tournaments, and the poker whatever experience you're looking for, the Commerce Casino is located 6131 Telegraph Road in Commerce. For more information and a calendar of events, visit commercecasino.com. That's commercecasino.com, and I will see all you guys at the Commerce.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards golf lessons to become a scratch golfer. Progressive cannot guarantee that you will ever become a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers are really, really good. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, and sure, you could put that money towards lessons, but if you can't hit the broadside of a barn and think you're going to become a scratch golfer, you're delusional. Sorry, just telling it like it is. Savings? Maybe. Scratch golfer? Don't hold your breath. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. It's universally accepted that golf is hard. Progressive cannot guarantee improved performance on the course.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
I still remember how to do this.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, guys. I hope you saw this story because you guys would have need to seen it. The U.S. men's basketball player's bag came with a tag that listed everyone who wore their jersey number before them.
Okay.
So my question to you guys is, if you were given a number to wear, what number would you want? Because obviously if you get like a 4, like Steph Curry, there's a bunch of other players that have came before him that have worn that number. So I wanted to know, what number would you wear?
Okay, Marcus?
I always wore 9. That was always my number
Okay.
when I played sports. And I know Michael Jordan wore 9 when he was on the Olympic team.
He did.
So I was an easy 9 for sure.
Okay.
What about you, Brian?
Oh, for the Olympic, easy for me here. It's the one and only Kobe. You know, I grew up with Kobe in those Olympic days rocking number 10. So I think Tatum's got it now, which
Tatum
is
does have it.
Yeah, don't like it as much, but for the Kobe factor,
Yeah,
I would
right.
take it.
You know, I always choose my lucky number.
Okay.
23, which happens to align with some really, really great players over the years. And I choose 23 all the time. Like I say, when I fill up my gas tank, I try to end on 23 cents. That's like my goal when I'm filling up my gas tank.
Oh, that would give me...
That's anxiety.
Am I the only one that does that? Don't you have a number that you try to end on?
I mean, zero.
Zero.
See, I would never end on 0 because I don't like even numbers.
0
I
or
need
5.
the even numbers.
See, I'm anti-even. In fact,
23 gives me anxiety.
it's to the point where every place I have ever lived has an odd house number, has an odd address.
Is this done purposely? I mean,
Yes,
at some point.
purposely.
Okay.
When I was shopping I did not even look at houses with even numbered addresses.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah,
That's
no.
deep-rooted.
When I'm doing you know how the volume on the TV's got
No way, don't tell me. Come on.
You like 17 or
20,
something?
23. And if 23 is not enough, as long as it's an odd number, I'll up it.
See, I do that by multiples of 5. I try to go like 15, 20, 25. I try to go multiples of 5.
Yeah, I'm a little bit
makes more
OCD
sense.
about stuff like this.
I am too with the gas tank, but it has to be a 0 or a 5.
0 or a 5.
So it's like a full $15. And if I can't get it right at 15 or whatever, 25, whatever it is, then I have to be like 50 cents, 75 cents, like increments like
so
that.
So I'm not the only one that is fixated on what number comes up at the end of filling up your tank.
No, I think it's it's kind of a game at least.
Yeah.
A little something to occupy your mind while you're filling up the gas tank.
Exactly. All right, so the WNBA All-Star Game is going on now, and WNBA franchises have picked up a lot of value, but not the most valuable women's sports franchise in America. Now, you saw the same thing I did. So it's actually the women's soccer team, Angel City.
Yeah.
Worth, I think it was $180 $250 million. $250 million is amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you get a schedule for them. I don't know when they play. I don't know.
They play at BMO.
Okay.
Yes.
I know that.
Is it Angel City season now?
It is Angel City season now. Yes.
And have you been to a game?
I have not. Now I have friends who work for the team.
Okay.
So
you do?
I should be a good friend and go support, right? But I do know they are in season right now. In
Is
fact,
the
last
stadium
year,
filled?
They do pretty well. They actually do really well. They have a really passionate fan base. And last year, I think they just squeaked into the playoffs. I don't think they last. I think they were bounced early, but they did battle and squeak into the playoffs.
Yep.
And like most things in LA, I mean, I know what Bob Iger and his wife Willow Bay have invested, but I think like Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is one of the
several
investors.
Celebrities that are involved.
I think Reese Witherspoon.
I believe so.
Yes. Top flight actresses are involved.
Yes.
I heard it's for sale. Is that true, or has it been sold?
So
I think it has been now.
So the reason why it became, and it is now the highest women's
sports franchise, yeah.
Yes, it's because Bob Iger bought a majority stake.
Okay, got it. So that drove the value.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's do. I got Marcus Grant here.
Okay.
I've got a list. We may carry this over past sports graffiti, but I've got a list here of the 10 best quarterbacks in the NFL, according to a survey of, let's see, how many? 80 executives, coaches, and scouts.
Mm-hmm.
It's compiled by Jeremy Fowler.
Okay.
Now, number one is obvious and clear and indisputable Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Take a shot now at putting together the rest of the list through your NFL brain.
So, I mean, I'm just going to try to get the other
I mean, they're all
right?
big names.
Right.
Yeah.
So the other 9, Josh Allen.
Is number 3.
Okay. Jalen Hurts.
Is not in the top 10.
Wow. Okay.
And by the way, and it's because he didn't have a great year last year. He struggled towards the end and didn't look like himself.
They faded badly at the end. Lamar Jackson
is number 4.
Okay. I'm going to go with is Matthew Stafford in the top 10?
Number 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Justin Herbert
is number 6.
Okay.
So you're missing number 2
or 3.
No, you got 3.
I got 3.
You haven't gotten 2.
Okay. Who would be number 2? Let's go Joe Burrow.
Yes, Joe Burrow back from injury.
Okay.
Joe Burrow's a great player.
All right.
All right, so you're missing 7, 8, 9, and 10.
7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go with Dak Prescott.
Number 10.
Okay, so he's at 10. Let's see. Did Trevor Lawrence make the list?
No, Trevor Lawrence did not. I'll tell you what, one's really young and one's really old.
Okay. Let's see. The really young guy, I'm going to go with CJ Stroud.
Correct. They've got him at number 7.
Okay.
And the old guy?
The old guy.
Come on.
Is Russell Wilson still in there?
No.
It's not Russell Wilson.
No. Other old guy.
What? Well, is it Kirk Cousins?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I was
Aaron
like, come
Rodgers,
on.
number 8.
Aaron Rodgers.
You know why? Because he's such a whack job.
He
now.
is a
Like,
whack
he's
job.
kind of,
He is a whack job.
So who's left? There one left.
One left. Anybody?
Did he say?
No.
No, I don't think I said. Obviously, I didn't say.
He what's that? Goff is absolutely right. Yeah.
Jared
Goff is number 9. So here's the order. It's Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford 5, Justin Herbert 6, C.J. Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott.
Wow.
Now, who got snubbed? As you mentioned, Jalen Hurts. You could make a case for Tua. You could make a case. Not a strong case, but you could make a case for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reality of Trevor Lawrence has not been what the hope for Trevor Lawrence was.
What about Brock Purdy? I mean, the man was like almost in the MVP conversation all year, right? Leads his team. Is he not? That's kind of what it's like.
Brock Purdy is good at what he is asked to do. Like he manages the offense well, and when they need him to, he will make a play for them.
But he's not dominating games.
You know, he is probably the 6th or 7th best player on that offense. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a really good team. It's a really good offense. And like I said, he does what they ask him to do, and he does it very well.
Yeah. He's not as high. I mean, does he throw as much as other guys? I don't think he does.
He doesn't. He hasn't had to.
He hasn't had to, exactly, with McCaffrey back there. So, yeah, he did not make the list of 10, and I'm sure Niner fans would disagree with that. I'm trying to think if anybody else got left off.
I don't think so. I mean,
no.
that list feels. I mean, I said
pretty all-encompassing.
Hurts, I think you can make an argument for. Maybe Lawrence, maybe Tua.
Right.
You can argue for.
Let's look at Purdy for a second. He finished 4th in MVP voting, and he's not in the top 10 quarterbacks.
He's. I feel like Brock Purdy is the Rorschach test of quarterbacks, right? Like you will see whatever you want to see from Brock Purdy.
He finished 6th in AP Offensive Player of the Year, but he's not one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Doesn't add up.
He threw for 4,300 yards last year.
Yeah. This is a guy that goes back. I feel like his whole career has sort of been overlooked.
31 touchdowns and 11 picks.
Iowa State. He went to high school in the Phoenix area and put up numbers there, but nobody talked about him. I think this has just been this is his lot in life.
Yeah, I think he's probably underrated.
I think underappreciated.
You could make a case for him being on that list. If you can make a case for Jalen Hurts, you can make a case for Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's an interesting list. I actually, next week I got a list from Pro Football Focus. Are you a Pro Football Focus guy?
I am. I definitely use their stats for research.
Really good stuff. Mm-hmm. If you're not a subscriber, it's really good stuff.
Go for it.
All right, coming up next, we're going to do some sports graffiti. 877-710-ESPN. So we talked about a bunch of stuff today. We didn't get to Bronny, who had his best night last night.
12 points.
12
people.
points.
Let's celebrate.
2 of 5 from 3. It was a good night for Bronny.
Great night.
There's a ton of stuff going on. USA basketball. We talked a little bit of Kawhi earlier today. Greatest athletes since 2000. Whatever you got. You got 15 to 20 seconds of airtime, free airtime, to say anything you want about any subject. And by the way, it doesn't even have to be a sports subject. 877-710-ESPN. We will do sports graffiti coming up next. Me, Marcus, Laura, Cohen, 710 ESPN.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shadano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Morning Spectacular.
Don't miss Travis Lee, live from LA Live.
710 ESPN.
Hey everybody, Alan Sliwa here. Join the club at Pechanga Resort Casino. New club members who sign up receive a $25 resort credit, as well as a chance to win a $100 bonus credit. Enjoy perks like earning club dollars with every bet, invitations to exclusive promotions and events, and much more. Visit the club at Pechanga to sign up and start receiving benefits right away. Your perfect entertainment, resort, and casino combination is always available at Pechanga. Voted the best Southern California casino.
Be one of the first to experience Cosm. UFC 304. Leon Edwards looks to defend the welterweight title against Bilal Muhammad. Take UFC to a new level where every fight comes to life, putting you cage side. Wrap yourself in the heart-pounding action of every knockout, strike, and submission. Experience a match like never before. Edwards versus Muhammad, all in shared reality. Limited tickets only at Cosm Los Angeles.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
By the way, confirmed Ronald Reagan was the television host the night of the opening of Disneyland.
All right, done.
Which was a disaster. But they obviously fixed it, and here we are 69 years later.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
right, Marcus Grant is in for Ireland, and it is Sports Graffiti time. Let us start with Justin. Justin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Justin.
Hey, have an idea for the Dodgers. Are you interested in a 6-time Gold Glover outfielder?
Sure, of course.
What's the catch?
Catch is his name is Mookie Betts. Let's stop the experiment. He is a liability at shortstop, and it was affecting his hitting game. So moving back to the outfield.
All right. So Mookie's injured right now. We don't know. Do we have a prognosis or a date or anything?
He is starting to take ground balls right now, so that's the thing. I wouldn't say it was affecting his hitting game. The dude was still hitting 300. He was a leading candidate for MVP before he got hurt.
Yes, he was. I don't necessarily think he moves out of the infield, but I would have no problem if he moved to second base.
Which was the original plan, except Gavin Lux was struggling to throw the ball from short.
And I think you can settle for a lighter hitting shortstop who plays really good defense at shortstop. Let's go to Jason. Jason, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Jason.
Before I get to my point, super stuck we're getting a lot of Marcus Grant over the airways, man. I love when you're on, but you can only land one. You want Skubal or Rosarina?
Okay. Skubal or Rose. That's, by the way, Tarek Skubal is a pitcher for the Tigers, Randy Rosarina, an outfielder for Tampa.
If I had to pick one, it's Skubal, for sure. Younger, you have him under contract for a couple more years. You get another power left-handed arm in there.
And your biggest need right now is rotation.
Starting pitching.
Yeah. I'd love a Rosarina out there.
Would be great.
Clutchy as hell in the playoffs, as we found out. Let's go to AD. AD, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, AD.
Two things. One sports, one Mace.
Cool.
Sports. I don't understand why the Lakers haven't pursued Tyus Jones in some sort of sign-in trade with D'Lo. And secondly, Mace.
Yes.
I'm a real estate agent. You only looking at odd number houses really makes the job hard.
Yeah, I can understand. My real estate agent was very frustrated with me. Yes.
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones. Kind of a backup point guard.
I mean, we were talking before the show. It's just been hard because it doesn't seem like anyone across the NBA wants any of the pieces the Lakers have to offer.
Yeah. He is available as a free agent right now. Tyus Jones is. At least according to this. Let's see. July 16th. Yeah, he's a free agent right now. Available free agents right now include Tyus Jones, Isaac Okoro, Markel Fultz, Spencer Dinwiddie, Luke Kennard, who is a great three-point shooter, by the way, a free agent, Landry Shamet, Doug McDermott, another shooter. There are guys still out there, but the problem is the Lakers need to move pieces. They're only $45,000 under the second apron. So they need to move pieces in order to sign somebody to their mid-level or their mini-mid-level exception. So they need to make another move in order to sign one of those guys. Tyus Jones is a backup point guard. Not a bad idea. By the way, I love the idea of Luke Kennard.
I mean, three-point shooting.
Dead-eye shooter.
You can never have enough three-point
Absolutely. Let's go to Ken. Ken, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Ken.
So talking about the top 100 list.
Yes.
It's generally good, except I don't know how Kevin Garnett is 23, but Kevin Durant is 39. And the Joker is 28. And remember, it only goes from 2000 on.
Yes. So wait a minute. So you're saying Kevin Garnett versus Kevin Durant?
I'll take. You can include Garnett's entire career going back to 1995, and still, virtually any basketball fan is going to take Durant.
I'd take Durant over Kevin Garnett.
I would take Durant also. I would argue.
I'd take Durant. I'd say he mentioned the Joker too. I think Jokic his body of work in this is relatively small in this time period.
But in 10 years, if we do this again,
10 years again, like I have no problem moving him up.
Joker will be there. Yeah. Let's go to John. John, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Mace, I just want to say I love you, brother. I think you're awesome. I got to say, though, I did get a little giggle when I heard about you at a dude ranch. I just can't see it. But anyway, that's
I'm going to give it a roll, man.
But, yeah, I just want to say, John and Morales aren't around today. And when you're gone, they drag your ass through the mud like no other.
Do they really?
I like John, but I can't stand Morales. And I think that goes without saying. But I want to hear you drag them through the mud a little bit. So let it rip, brother.
Okay, I will. No, I won't. When I am not here, I know that they just hammer me. And even if I'm in town, there's no way I ever turn the station on because I know they're going to be ripping me.
It's like you don't read the comments on,
And I mean, I don't rip. I'm not a big ripper of, like, I can't imagine going on the air and ripping John Ireland for what?
I don't think they rip you. I mean, Greg maybe a little bit.
No, those guys are pretty bad.
I don't think Ireland's that bad, though.
Is he not bad?
I don't think so. I mean, the time I was here with John, I don't recall anything.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
Let's go to Aaron. Aaron, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Aaron.
What's going on? Calling from Los Angeles, first-time caller. I just wanted to give a shout-out to my Miami Heat. I know I've been watching the Summer League. My boy Adonis Williams just had one of the greatest dunks of all time. Cocked it back, put that boy, rest in peace. You got to check it out. Maybe the Lakers take a look at the Heat. They got some good picks in over there. I know the Lakers got a whole lot. So I would definitely check that out if I was the Lakers.
Okay, thank you very much.
That dunk was pretty nasty.
It was nasty. Yeah, it was nasty. Let's go to Muhammad. Muhammad, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Muhammad.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Love the show. Just a quick thing for Rob Pelinka. I think he needs to learn how to give out better contracts. Everything can be a player option. It should be only stayed for top-tier players, not like
Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, and D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, they end up staying. Nobody else wants them. They opt in, and we have no money left. And second thing, real quickly, the second apron, 47,000 were under.
Yeah.
I mean, they made it a thing about it was a sports news, like, oh, LeBron took a pay cut. That's not a pay cut. Jalen Brunson took a pay cut to make the team better. So, I mean, it's just perspective, So
all right.
Thank you so much. Love the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it is true that those contracts did screw the Lakers. So when Cam Reddish opted in, when Jackson Hayes opted in, when D'Angelo Russell opted in, it limited their flexibility completely. Now, LeBron did take less to stay under the second apron.
Yes.
He didn't do Jalen. He didn't take $100 million less the way Jalen Brunson did, which I don't understand what Jalen Brunson was doing. If he waited 1 year, he could have gotten $150 million more, $100 million more.
Apparently.
Is that what it is?
I guess. I mean, he's playing with all his old Villanova guys.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's it.
Let's get one more in here. Let's go to Victor. Victor, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Victor.
Hey, Marcus, I want to take advantage of having you on the air. In my fantasy football league, I have the number one consensus pick. Is McCaffrey the guy, or is there someone else I should be looking at?
It's still Christian McCaffrey, just because the range of outcomes with Christian McCaffrey is narrow. I mean, barring injury, he is still going to be one of the top scorers in fantasy. You just want to minimize risk.
Is he clearly the number one pick in everybody's draft?
Pretty much. I mean, unless you want to just be outside the box, he's pretty much going to be the number one pick.
All right, there is your Sports Graffiti for today. It's not exactly breaking at this moment, but I wanted to talk about it. The Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs are set to open the 2025 Major League Baseball season with a 2-game series at the Tokyo Dome in Japan, March 18th and 19th. Again, baseball trying to extend its international influence, and can you imagine that series? You've got
pandemonium.
You've got Shohei, you've got Yamamoto, and as you pointed out, you've got Shota Imanaga, who's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Now, I think these trips make sense from a marketing perspective.
Yes.
They don't make sense necessarily from a baseball perspective.
No, it's
like, it's
weird.
not good for the Dodgers that they have this trip.
It's not good for the Dodgers. I don't think it's going to be good for the Cubs because you take a break in the midst of spring training. You spend a couple days traveling, you play those games, and you come back. But then you still have like 2 or 3
you have more spring training.
Games.
Yeah,
it's weird. And I feel like I feel like the teams who go, their guys tend to start slower.
Yeah.
That's anecdotal, but it just feels that way.
Yeah, travel does take a toll, too.
Yeah.
It takes
absolutely.
a toll. All right, coming up next for you, our friend Alana Rizzo is going to be here. What are the Dodgers going to do at the trade deadline? It's less than 2 weeks away. What do they need to do? Who are the options out there? We'll get to Alana Rizzo coming up next. Mesa in Ireland. Marcus Grant is in for John, 710 ESPN. You know, one of my great pleasures in life is getting in my car. It's a Hyundai Elantra, hitting the sport mode, and just going. And I love the first time I ever drove a hybrid. It is beautiful, and I'm getting unbelievable gas mileage. I've got the class exclusive digital key, the remote smart parking assist. I work with the Southern California Hyundai dealers. They are my partner, and I love Hyundais. So they want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible. You also get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles, 10 years of America's best warranty, and a brand new Hyundai. There is joy in every journey. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mesa in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. This fall, the new home of the USC Trojans.
The new home of the USC Trojans.
The Trojans are back.
The USC Trojans play on LA's mega sports station.
That's right. USC football, USC men's basketball, and USC women's basketball are on 710 ESPN coming this fall.
710 ESPN, the new home of the USC Trojans.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gatt, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gatt? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-372-2017. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwich between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Let's do, is that Dua Lipa? That's what I thought. I know her.
I don't do Lipa.
Yeah, good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Dodgers at the All-Star break. For the last 53 games, they are 27 and 26, treading water. The rotation as thin as I've ever seen it. And joining us right now is Alana Rizzo. Alana, how you been?
Hello. Good to be with you guys. If you actually do know Dua Lipa, please give her my best. She is incredibly talented and quite beautiful.
I will mention it to her the next time I see her. So, Alana, how do we promote you? I know you're MLB Network, but I see you pop up on a podcast regularly on Twitter. Where can people get you right now?
Well, I appreciate that. Yes, I'm still doing High Heat with Christopher Russo on MLB Network Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to noon Eastern. And then I am on the Foul Territory platform with Dodgers Territory with Clint Casillas. That happens on Mondays and Thursdays, as well as Fair Territory with Ken Rosenthal. We do that show together on Thursday. So just check us out on Foul Territory TV for all the programming.
Awesome. So I'm looking at the rotation, and it's just the way they drew it up. I mean, you got Gavin Stone and James Paxton. Finally, Justin Robleski arrives, maybe some River Ryan. Could you imagine that this rotation, which seems so loaded at the start of the year, would come down to this?
Well, Mace, I've been saying this since before the season started. I didn't think our starting staff, and I say our because I still believe blue. I mean,
sure.
In full transparency, I still love that team very much. I always will. But I didn't think that the Dodgers had enough starting pitching depth even on the onset. And this was before, obviously, Yamamoto went on the IL. This was before Bobby Miller, came back and now is struggling again. I think he needs to get his confidence back, at least with him. I don't think it's physical. I think it's more mental and between the ears. I really wanted Andrew, and obviously there's still time before the deadline to go after a frontline starter. But now with the, Dustin May situation, with Buehler, with all the things, I think they need two relatively good arms. I would not have, penciled in River Ryan getting his debut, Gavin Stone being probably our number two behind Glasnow, who is on the IL with back tightness, which I think that's just a situation of just giving him a blow.
Yeah.
The innings. I don't think he's that hurt. And you have Justin Robleski and Landon Knack. That's not a playoff rotation. Are they talented? Of course. Are they coming up out of necessity? Yes.
You talk about adding more arms to the rotation. If you had the top of your wish list, is it Tariq Skubal? Is it Garrett Crochet? Is it somebody else if they could bring in another arm?
There's not a ton of people out there, really. I mean, if everyone keeps saying Tariq Skubal and Garrett Crochet, I have issues with both of them. Do I like the talent? Obviously. But when you look at Garrett Crochet, I mean, he's on an innings limit. I mean, he has already thrown more innings already than he's ever had in the past. And Dodgers are going to get into the postseason. We all know that.
Yep.
Barring an absolute tidal wave of a collapse, they're getting into the postseason. They need arms for that playoff time frame. And I think, what can you get realistically from Garrett Crochet when you need him the most?
Right.
So that's a consideration. As far as Tariq Skubal is concerned, that's going to demand a massive haul. Tariq Skubal still is under team control. And the Tigers, why would they trade the front runner in the American League for the Cy Young Award right now? I mean, you want to build around that guy. So what does that say to their fan base? And to me, like, for example, if it's not the Dodgers, let's say the Orioles could go after Tariq Skubal because they need somebody besides Corbin Burns and Grayson Rodriguez. That's kind of asking for a Jackson Holiday type.
Right.
And the Orioles are not going to do that, nor should they, because he's a part of their future. Holiday is. But you're going to have to get a massive haul for Tariq Skubal. So how about this, for example? Why doesn't Andrew Friedman call his old employer at the Tampa Bay Rays and say, hey, I will take Zach Eflin.
Yep.
I will take Isaac Paredes at third base because we need a third baseman.
Nice.
Max Muncy earlier today on Foul Territory told the guys that he is nowhere near coming back.
Wow.
So we need a third baseman, and we also could get Randy Arozarena in the deal to kind of solidify the outfield. I understand he's having a down year. I get that. But the Dodgers are very good at allowing guys to have success, be who they are, let them be who they are. So you get Zach Eflin, Isaac Paredes at third, And then you get Randy Arozarena, who we know what he's capable of doing, right? Perhaps a change of scenery. We hear that all the time. Could allow him to get back to the numbers that we know he's capable of producing. And the Dodgers have enough in their farm system. It's not a Jackson Holiday farm system right now.
Yep.
But they have enough to be able to get those three guys. And you're not having to give up the haul that Tarek Skubal would require. And you're not going after a guy that you don't know for certain in Garrett Crochet that he's going to be able to help you in the postseason.
Right. So a couple other names that I find interesting, Alana, and these are, I guess these would probably be smaller deals as opposed to kind of the pieces you're moving around. Jack Flaherty in Detroit, Eric Fetty with the White Sox, who's actually having a really good year. Those two guys I kind of like. They're actually both having really good years right now. What do you think of those ideas?
I like it, and that's not something, again, that you're going to have to give up a lot to get. I think Eric Fetty, I think the White Sox would be stupid to get rid of him for the same reason I think Detroit would be stupid to get rid of Tarek Skubal. Eric Fetty is a guy that, in addition to perhaps, Luis Robert Jr. and Garrett Crochet, you kind of work your way around building a team around. I mean, Eric Fetty is a really good young arm, and to me, with what the White Sox have not accomplished this year, if you get rid of Fetty and Crochet or one of the other, that tells me as a fan that you don't think you're going to do much for years to come.
Right.
Jack Flaherty, I like. I don't know. You don't know what Jack Flaherty you're going to get. Is it, Jack Flaherty early in his Cardinals career? Is it Jack Flaherty late in his Cardinals career? Is it Jack Flaherty now with the Tigers? I don't know, but that's certainly something I would entertain.
I mean, Alana, I know making a move is definitely imperative for this team, but I think a lot of these problems get solved with guys getting healthy. A healthy Mookie Betts, do they put him back at second base and sort of move on from the Gavin Lux experiment, or do they try him back at shortstop again?
That's a tough question, and I think the middle of the infield is an issue for the Dodgers. And I think when you look at their first-round draft pick, Kellen Lindsey, while I don't think he's going to be at the big league level, in a year or two, although they're bringing guys up so freaking fast now, who knows?
I know.
I think that they don't believe that Gavin Lux is the answer at short, and I don't think Mookie in the long term is the answer at short. So I don't know where they kind of slide him back in. I think the good thing is Mookie is such a good athlete that you can put him there in the short term. What scares me about a guy that is transitioned to that position, it's such a heavy defensive position and such an imperative position in the infield that over the course of 162, you can deal with somebody that doesn't come up as a shortstop, as good of an athlete as Mookie is. In a 5-game series, you have 2 games where there's 1 error a game.
Yep.
You lose the series. And that concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I would much rather see Miguel Rojas stay at short. I know he doesn't hit quite. I mean, he's not the offensive pop that everybody else has got, but I do think him at short because of his glove, and Mookie slides back to second, and then your middle infield becomes a little bit more stable.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have to platoon second for a while until, if you have to do that, I agree with you. I think you have a Miguel Rojas who is going to post defensively. I don't care what he does with his bat, only because we have the length of the lineup to be able to supplement what he doesn't do for you. But I'll take Miguel Rojas, even at his age, and I can say this because I could be his mother. I'll take Miguel Rojas's glove any day of the week and forego the offense that you would hope to get from your shortstop.
So I have always been an enormous Kenley Jansen fan. First of all, I think he's a fantastic guy, one of the nicest guys I've ever covered. Easy smile. I thought always really, occasionally it was an adventure, but I thought more often than not, Kenley did nail down the save. He's having a really good year in Boston. Boston, I guess now is 4.5 games out of a wild card spot, so maybe that changes their equation. But Kenley was talking about the Dodgers this week. Do you think there's a chance he winds up back in L.A. Before the trade deadline?
It's a good question. I know he wants to retire as a Dodger, but he also wants to play for a lot longer. So if he does come back, he's not retiring this year, right?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I agree with you. It is a bit of an adventure. I mean, he seems to get guys on base a lot, but he seems to be able to get out of the jams as well. I would not mind having Kenley back. I've said this before. Now, I've heard, again, speculation that, okay, maybe we get Kenley back and you trade away Walker Buehler. I'm not willing to do that personally. But I would love to see Kenley back in a situation where he has an opportunity to win another ring. Obviously, the Dodgers have an opportunity to get him there. There's so much of a logjam in the wild card races right now that this next 10 to 12 days is going to be imperative to see who actually is logistically available to go to buyers, because there's so many teams that are still in the hunt. And if you're the Red Sox and you don't go for it when you have an opportunity, like they didn't go for it last year, they're going to burn down Fenway.
Philosophically, I mean, does it make sense in this big picture for Major League Baseball to maybe think about moving the trade deadline? Because now with the extra wild card spots, so many more teams seem to have a chance. It just feels like end of July, we're not going to have as many sellers as we used to in the past.
I don't know about that, only because I'm not a huge fan of the third wild card spot. I think that, again, from a fan perspective, you have a better chance, obviously, of your team making it into the postseason. But I don't like it. I don't ever want it to become like how the NBA is, where it seems like everyone and their mother gets in. I like the fact that I think winning your division should mean something. And I think, you should, I think the seeding in the postseason should be a little bit different. I think Atlanta, got screwed last year. I think the Dodgers got screwed a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know about moving the trade deadline. What I would like to see, and I know it won't happen because it doesn't, the union will never allow for it to happen.
Right.
As I really wish there was some sort of deadline in the off season where you had to have guys signed by a certain time. I think that makes it a lot more exciting for the fan than the middle of the year trade deadline. I think if you had to have guys signed, let's say look at Blake Snell.
And nothing drifts into the spring. Yeah, Blake Snell signing.
Scott Morris hates every bit of this.
I know he does, and I understand it from an agent perspective, from a player perspective, it sucks. But from a league perspective and a fan perspective, it's awesome. It means more, like you're not, like you said, you're not, sneaking into spring training the first week of the season and guys aren't signed yet, like major guys not signed yet.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Alano, this is great. I would love to have you back on a regular basis. You're so good, and I've known you for so long, and you do such a good job, especially on the Dodgers. So we love having you. Thank you very much for coming on.
It is truly my pleasure. I'm happy to be with you guys anytime. Thanks for having me.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alana. Alana Rizzo, who is she knows her stuff.
Absolutely.
She knows her stuff. And that interesting Tampa trade where you kind of move those Rosarena and Paredes, and
maybe Friedman gets a discount
Eflin,
from his old team.
exactly.
Maybe they want to help out.
They've done a good job dealing between those two teams
Yeah.
Over the years, so maybe that's possible. I do like the Kenley idea. I also like the idea of adding an additional outfielder, whether it be a Rosarena or I really like Jesse Winker in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
There are some guys that are out there that you could plug in as everyday outfielders, and you don't have to be so platoon-driven.
Yeah, well, the guy I mentioned on the Blue Review with Parker Bell this morning, Taylor Ward, just down the road there.
They'll never make the trade.
They'll never make the deal, but Taylor Ward would be a nice addition to this team.
He'd be a perfect fit for the Dodgers,
Yeah.
but there is no way
Not a
Artie
chance.
Moreno will do it. No way. All right, coming up next for you, MLB players were asked about baseball at the 2028 Olympics. There was a big survey. We talked about this yesterday. Shohei suggested, hey, the Olympics are coming. Why don't we become a part of that? And baseball, will they shut down? Will they not? Baseball players have an interesting perspective about that. Plus, how do baseball players feel about analytics? I got a really cool survey. I'll throw some of that stuff at you next. Mason in Ireland. Marcus Grant is here. Laura's producing. Brian Cohen's here, 710 ESPN.
It's been a busy block of games in July already, but the black and gold aren't done yet.
Kike shot from 20 and in! Oliveira has scored on the giveaway!
It's another crucial Western Conference showdown, this time in downtown Seattle, as the West is getting wild.
Oh, that's a golazo!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Seattle Sounders. Pregame gets going Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
There's nothing like NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever.
Now you have to cross the street. Now it's across the street.
Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings 25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
ESPN, don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting my favorite tunes.
Has there been a song of the summer? This was a good song of the summer. Has there been a good one this year?
I feel like Not Like Us.
Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not Like Us. It's the song of the summer.
It is the
Marcus,
song of the
thank
summer.
you. This is what I said.
Hands down. Yep, hands down.
Not Like Us.
Hey, wishing a happy wedding to Emily Kopp and Brandon Marchenko. They sent a very nice note with a wedding invitation that we will respond to. As you know, if you send us an invitation to your wedding, you will get a gift, but unfortunately, we will send our regrets. So you don't have to pay for our dinner or anything like that.
There you go.
I was like, you are the only host that I know that gets so many. Now I know. They just want the gift.
Yeah, no, for the gift. But I mean, it's all night. I got a super nice letter from them.
Oh, they love you.
Yeah.
Mace is so loved. Marcus, he's the only one that doesn't get hate on this station.
Aw, shucks.
Maybe Brian, but everybody else, we
People
get
love
trashed.
Brian.
I think I actually beat you in the poll they put up the other day.
Oh, most likable?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
There was a poll?
Which means I'm going to try to limit my appearances here. So, I'm fresh and new, and people I don't wear out my welcome. I think
Right.
That's my gig.
Exactly. So I have got, yesterday we talked about this. Mark, I don't know how you feel about it, but I am of the belief that in 2028, you get rid of the All-Star break altogether.
Yep.
You start the season a week early, and you shut down the game for the Olympics.
100%.
You're in agreement.
I'm 100% in agreement with that. Yes. Look, the MLB All-Star Game, it's nice, it's quaint, it's tradition.
Yeah.
This is a chance to get literally eyes around the world on your game. And I get it. Baseball is played in a lot of places, but with every sport trying to go global.
Yep.
I mean, I look at the way the World Baseball Classic has really drawn a crowd.
Oh,
It's become
so
a
exciting
thing now,
this last
right?
time, yeah.
I mean, when you get Shohei Ohtani facing Mike Trout for a championship, that's a big deal. So why not use this opportunity and draw people to your game, and as Major League Baseball, use that as a springboard to bring in more fans.
Yeah. So about 90 major leaguers were participated in this survey. And the question was, should MLB shut down midseason so players can participate in the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles? How do you think the polling, again, these are players, how did the polling break out?
I would think they were very much in favor of it. I'd say about, 80% in favor?
Not at all. Only 48% say shut down the game. 54% say no.
Wow, really?
Yeah. 54% say no, don't shut down the game.
That's surprising.
I think it would be the best thing for the game. I wonder is Olympic baseball going to be played at Dodger Stadium?
I would hope so.
I have to believe it's going to be at Dodger Stadium.
So.
How amazing is that?
That'd be great.
The gold medal game, Team USA versus Japan at Dodger Stadium would be incredible.
I'm curious the rationale why players don't want to shut it down for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. Let me ask you another question.
Okay.
So people complain about analytics all the time. Analytics this, analytics that. And by the way, analytics are now in every sport, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
So this is, again, about 90 major leaguers surveyed. Here's the question. Have analytics helped your career, hurt your career, or made no difference to your career? How do you think people voted?
I'm going to say they went more in the direction of no difference to their career.
No difference. What do you think, Brian?
I think it helped their career.
Laura?
I'm going to go they hurt their career.
The correct answer, helped their career. And this is amazing, by the way. So 76% of baseball players say analytics have helped their career. 10% say no difference. 8% say both helped and hurt, and only 3% say that it hurt their careers. So 78% of players say analytics has helped their career.
Interesting.
And I understand that. It makes complete sense. I mean, if you think about analytics, you get a feel for other starting pitchers and game plans and all that stuff. Analytics are involved.
I think more knowledge is obviously better than less knowledge, and I do get the point that it gives you an idea of what pitchers throw, their velocity, their spin rates, all these sorts of things, and I think it helps you game plan better. I just I didn't know if players would really feel that it helped them that much.
Yeah,
That's
they like it.
to me.
And you know what? Some players, if you're around a major league, the analytics stuff is right in front of them.
Now
they're
they
studying
got, the iPads and stuff. And go back in the clubhouse and look at that sort of stuff.
The craziest thing of all is they've got that pitching machine. I forget what it's called, that can simulate anybody's delivery.
Really?
Oh yeah, anybody's delivery, release point, and
That's
stuff.
Wild.
So if you're about to face
Tarek Skubal.
Right. You can go to the batting cage, and it will throw you exactly the stuff that Tarek Skubal throws.
That's wild.
Yeah. Traject Arc.
Yep.
There it is.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Traject Arc.
I wanted to dunk one thing in here before we get to What's Up Fool. Last night was Bronny James' most successful game.
12 points.
Lakers won their Summer League game. They started out 0-5. He scored 12 points, 9 in the first half, 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, and he sank a clutch three-pointer late in the game to tie the score. So that's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
Yeah.
What I like is that he was aggressive and took shots, because that had been my big complaint about him early, just that it felt like he was being passive and letting other people take shots. I'm like, look, this is Summer League. This is your chance to sort of work some things out, kind of establish yourself. Go out, be aggressive, take some shots. I think the other thing that's interesting is you said that was the first win they've had. Yeah. I feel like in all the conversation, nobody has talked about what the team itself has done. I get it. It's Summer League. Nobody really cares, but it's not like, oh, yeah, Bronny James went out, had 2 points, and the Lakers lost. It was just like, it was just the Bronny James show.
It is. Although, quietly, Dalton Connect has been very good.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who's actually going to contribute.
It's a really good sign
year.
for them.
Yeah, really, really good. All right, coming up next for you, going to do some What's Up, Fool. Top of the hour, 3 o'clock. I've got a list of Pro Football Focus's top 10 fantasy football picks.
All right.
And I want to see how they match up against yours.
All right, let's do it.
We'll do that coming up at 3. In the meantime, What's Up, Fool? Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Coming up today.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shidano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Make it as strong as it could possibly be, and then I sucked it down. I sucked the whole thing down, right?
Right.
I'm just letting you guys know I'm on one today.
Sedano and Cap, every weekday after Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Next Gen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz and has thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Right now, you can get an $88 drain cleaning. That's right, an $88 drain cleaning, and they'll add in a free plumbing camera inspection. So, if you're sick of dealing with a slow drain, just call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN and say goodbye to all of your AC heating or plumbing problems. Next Gen includes water, plumbing, heater, and AC safety inspections. Prioritize the safety of your loved ones at home. Next Gen is the only name you need to remember for a safe, comfy home. And if you're concerned about the air quality in your home or have allergy problems, call Next Gen and breathe easy with indoor air quality solutions to fit any budget. That's 833-3-NEXTGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule online today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Let's hear it for the Clippers' new coach, Doc Rivers.
FX is clipped.
TMZ is about to put out a tape of our idiot owner and his girlfriend.
The scandalous story
What's on the tape?
of LA's other basketball team.
I'm Mr. Sterling's right-hand arm, his confidant, his silly rabbit.
FX is clipped. Now streaming only on Hulu.
Listen to Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m.
And yes, it's around 2:45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
And Laura's in for Bergman. What do you got, Laura?
Yeah, Greg is deep in alcohol somewhere in Vegas.
Oh, he's somewhere in Vegas as we speak.
Vegas, baby! Vegas!
There you go. All right, guys. So I saw this that the Royals have unveiled a new ballpark food.
Yes.
And I personally think it's a little disgusting. Let me read it.
Okay.
So the taste of the K-Taco is a hot dog wrapped in a cheeseburger quesadilla, topped with barbecue brisket, fries, lettuce, pickled onions, sriracha, Cracker Jacks, and barbecue sauce.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You
What
lost
jumped
me at
out of me was
lettuce.
Cracker Jacks?
Yeah, sriracha Cracker Jacks.
So it's sriracha flavored Cracker
Yeah.
Jacks?
Yeah.
Not sriracha and Cracker
No,
Jacks.
no, sriracha Cracker Jacks. So
Okay.
it's flavored.
You sort of lost me at lettuce because I don't like hot, because it feels like it'd be hot and wilted and not great. Like that part kind of lost me a little bit too.
You kind of lost me at it's a hot dog and a hamburger.
Right.
Oh, so that part I was on board with that.
Oh, I'm so not on
I
board.
was very on board with that.
We are
And a
so
quesadilla.
disgusting in this country.
Oh,
We
no.
are really disgusting. I mean, we celebrate somebody who ate 400 boneless chicken wings last
Ugh.
week.
Joey Chestnut's
Joey
from my
Chestnut.
He's from my hometown.
Oh,
so
well, you must
know,
be proud.
I have to be. It's by law. I have to be. But
Why do we celebrate people who just eat too much?
Because that is America. We are a land of excess. And plus, Major League Baseball, I think, is on a mission to kill its fans because every year some
Seriously.
major league team puts out something really ridiculous like that.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. I would never eat it at a
I'll say that.
ballpark.
I did go to Camden Yards once,
Okay.
and they have a crab mac and cheese hot dog. And I was like, Baltimore, you get me. You get me.
That crab mac and cheese? That actually
A
sounds...
crab mac and cheese on a hot dog, yeah.
That sounds okay.
Yeah.
I would actually try this one.
Yeah, I would
that was
do
pretty
that.
good.
You would try
I
the
would
one
try
Laura's
this one.
talking about?
Yeah, I would probably take off the Cracker Jacks, but everything else, sounds
The
delicious to me.
sriracha Cracker
Sriracha,
Jacks.
I would try sriracha Cracker
I
Jacks
would
on their
too.
own.
On their side,
On
I
their
would
own.
love
Like, I
to
would
try
totally try
sriracha.
that.
You guys-
Mixed with all together, no.
Imagine you guys go to the little thing and order, and then say, "But please, Cracker Jacks on
On
the
the side,
side."
please. I'm watching my health, please.
Exactly.
My figure.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, so we know the MLB schedule for next year was released today, a bunch of teasers in the Tokyo series. MLB also implementing something the week of May 16th to 18th, rivalry weekend. And so they have, I think it's 11 matchups they're going to have interleague. It's going to be Mets, Yankees. The Dodgers rival is going to be the Angels, so they'll play the Angels that weekend. White Sox, Cubs, Cardinals, Royals. How do you feel about this making it a staple? They're going to try to do this every year now with the same weekend as a rival weekend. You on board with this or no?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't know how much juice it adds. Everybody's playing everybody all season long, and we do have like an Angels-Dodgers series.
Right, we do.
every For some reason, they don't play on Sundays.
It's always
That's 2
weird.
years in a row they didn't play on
they
Sunday.
might take 2-game series and they don't play on Sundays. I thought like when interleague play started, I felt like that's what they did, where you had Yankees, Mets, and White Sox, Cubs, Dodgers, Angels. I would just think if they're going to have a rivalry weekend, though, like I want the Dodgers to play the Giants. That's
yeah,
what I
me
like.
too.
that too,
Not
same.
the Angels.
Not
We,
the
we hate
Angels.
the Giants. The Angels are
The
just
Angels
like
are just kind of there.
Yeah.
That's what I thought as well. Not a lot of juice there.
Great seats, great tickets, great prices.
What's up, Foo?
That was a good sneaky there. All right, guys, let's stick with food.
Okay.
So I saw that USA Today put the 10 best chicken spots, fried chicken spots that you can go to, and number 1 was Jollibee.
Was what?
Jollibee.
I've never eaten at a Jollibee.
The
I don't know.
Filipino
I've seen
chain?
it every time I
No.
drive past it. There's a
It's
line.
from the Bay Area.
Yeah, I know, but I know it's a Filipino,
Yeah.
chicken. And every time there's one in Torrance I drive by, and there's always a line every time I go by.
So they moved their headquarters to West Covina,
Yep.
which is not far from where we were on Friday. And my mom, we had never tried it, and we tried it, and I was like, holy moly, this is...
Is it really good?
It's really good chicken. So I was going to ask if you guys have eaten there, and clearly none of you guys have.
No, haven't.
Brian, have you?
Yeah, I have pretty good. They also have spaghetti.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I haven't
Really?
tried
They
that.
do, yeah. It's pretty good, too. Not going to lie.
That's
Tell
that's
me the
kind
name
of random.
of the place.
Jollibee.
Jollibee.
Jollii.
I don't even think I've
Bee.
ever seen one.
Yeah, so we tried it because there's a few out in like the San Gabriel Valley, and every time there was a huge line. I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. And I finally one night we went. It was pretty late. I guess they were about to close. No line. Went through it. I was like, oh, this chicken is really good.
There's one downtown here.
Yeah, I've never been to that one, but also a lot of these places on this top 10 list I haven't been to. Like Pollo Campero, I've been. But then I've never Gumthree's Chicken. I would have to see where that is because I've never been to that. But the other one, number 5, was Popeyes, which is solid.
All right. Popeyes. I love me some
So
Popeyes.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A was 7.
Okay.
So good.
Have you guys been to Crispy Crunchy Chicken? Kate?
No.
No,
Oh,
I feel like I've
Sounds
seen
delicious,
it.
but-
So
It's crispy with a K,
yeah,
right?
crispy with the K, crunchy's also with the K, and then
Yeah.
chicken. So it's along like convenience stores and malls and stuff. So I've tried this chicken. It's also really good. They were number 8. Lee's famous recipe chicken was number 9. And then Bojangles, which is not something that's here in LA, but
Right.
it will be.
That's not an LA thing, right?
So it's not, but they're coming. So people were excited. I know DeAndre was like, "Oh my God, it's some of the best chicken you ever
That's like a
get."
Southern thing.
It's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
But have you guys tried Bojangles?
Have not.
I've not. I've heard plenty
but
of good things
thing.
about it.
But I'd like to use this moment to celebrate what I think is the best fried chicken in Los Angeles.
Okay.
It is at a place called Honey's Kettle.
Honey's Kettle is amazing.
Okay.
In Culver City. It's
Yes.
on Washington.
Yes.
And the fried chicken is ridiculously good.
It is
Washington
incredible.
and what? I'm sorry.
Uh,
now
it's
I
a-
want to go.
Washington at, I don't know.
It's kind of like Duquesne.
I'm
It's
like,
downtown
wait.
right around the
Culver.
movie theater there.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah,
I
right?
need to go because
Oh,
I love
it's-
me some fried chicken.
It's
man.
amazing, and like you get, I mean, it's Honey's Kettle that you can get honey on
Honey
the
on
side
it,
to kind
yeah.
of either dip or pour on the chicken.
You know what sells me on a good like fried chicken place? Like their biscuit. Like
They
if
have a good
They've got a good biscuit.
They've got a very
They've got
good
great
biscuit.
sides.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
now I
yeah.
want to
Yes.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Honey's Kettle, love them.
The
Love
line will
them.
be out the door when you go. Just be
Damn.
prepared.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Can't even think straight now.
Yeah, I know. It's like I want a
Actually,
biscuit.
I'm sitting here thinking,
We've derailed the show now.
chicken, fried chicken. Let's order from Honey's Kettle right now.
Can we? I was telling Brian, like, Brian, I'm hungry. What can we order?
Yeah, let's order some
I
Honey's
wasn't,
Kettle.
now I am.
I'm all for. Or should we order it tomorrow when we got more time to eat?
I'm not here tomorrow, but yeah, you guys should do it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So when Alana was on, I went back. I remember you guys talking about the ESPN's top 100 list. So I went back because something caught my ear. No baseball players on the top
That's a
20
very
list.
good
And
point.
I went back to look. So the first one, Albert Pujols at 24, and then I think Mike Trout is 30. So there's only 2 in the top 30. But here's my question. So when you ask all these athletes what the hardest thing to do in sport is, 9 out of 10 of them always say is to hit a baseball.
Hitting a baseball,
Yes.
yeah.
So do you think that the list here is a little invalid now that there's no top 20, no baseball players
I will
in the
say
list?
Mike Trout is too low on the list. Mike Trout had an absolutely dominant 8 years where he won three MVPs and finished second 3 times.
I think the issue is, though, but it's most accomplished, right? And so, one, there hasn't really been a dominant team or franchise in Major League Baseball for the last 20, 24 years,
Yeah,
right?
since the Yankees.
And Mike Trout, for all of his individual accomplishments, the Angels as a team, like he's never been really showcased because he's never been on a platform to play where the eyes of the nation were upon him. So it's like this combination of either you have good teams that don't have a big breakout star, or you have these individual guys who just haven't gone far because their team hasn't carried them.
Right. Yeah, the team success is definitely part of it. You get back to us in 10 years, probably Shohei Ohtani is
Shohei's
somewhere
probably
on
gonna
that
be there.
list.
Yeah.
But in terms of baseball, I'm trying to think what other players since 2000 have been the most dominant baseball players.
After Trout, I think Trout was 30. 31 was Kershaw.
I was going to say
Kershaw's
Kershaw's
been
been
there.
pretty damn
That stretch
dominant.
he had, is all time.
An amazing stretch, yeah. So Kershaw's there.
Yeah, but you're right. There haven't been a lot of really dominant baseball players.
And part
in
of
the
it,
last
I
quarter
think, is what
century.
you said. Every year there's going to be a different World Series champion.
Yeah.
We've not had a repeat in a really
In a
long
while,
time.
yeah.
So have we had a repeat since the Yankees? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
I mean, so it's somebody different every year.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't add up to enough dominance to apparently make this list.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So I came across this. Whoopi Goldberg said that she spread her mom's ashes at Disneyland by faking sneezes. That she spread. So she apparently, allegedly, she did confirm this. I don't know how true it is, that, when you walk into Disneyland, there's a big Mickey sign with all the flowers and stuff. So apparently that's where some of her mom's ashes are located. Gross. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Whoopi. That's disgusting. Doesn't this freak you out knowing that someone's like spread around Disneyland? Confirmed, because people have said this, but she confirmed that she literally put her mom.
So I don't have a gigantic. If she loved Disneyland, I kind of get it. And I don't think a little dust is not going to affect anybody's day.
That's the part that amuses me more than anything.
I know people that have had their, and not all their ashes, but a little bit of their ashes spread in the end zone at the Coliseum.
Okay.
The lifelong Trojan fans.
Right.
I'm trying to think where. I still have all my dad's ashes. I have no idea what to do. Like, you can't throw away ashes. What am I supposed to do with them?
What did he request?
He liked this one jacuzzi out in the desert. I want to just go dump it in the jacuzzi.
Dump it in the jacuzzi.
I mean, maybe next to the jacuzzi.
Something like that. Do you know where? Are you going to be cremated?
I thought about being cremated. I'm into this new thing though, where like you can be composted.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
they put you in a big burlap bag and put you in a forest
yeah, like
somewhere?
I think I kind of want to do that.
I'm not for that.
I do. I can like go and like fertilize the ground, the soil, and I grow a tree or something.
I'm anti that. Anybody in on put me in a burlap bag and bury me?
No, thank you.
I think Lindsay's in on that. Like I always wanted to be cremated. Now I don't know. But my boyfriend, he's big on the cremation. He's like, that's what I want to do, and just throw all my ashes into the Bay Area. Like he's born, he's a Southern California boy, but loves the Bay Area, like loves San Francisco. And I'm like, can I just keep a little bit, like? You know what I mean? He's like,
what
no.
do you do with it, though?
I've
got one of these little baby urns that's like this big.
He doesn't. He's like, I'd rather just be flying high somewhere in the Bay Area.
Maybe
than
just
like,
take a little bit and put it like in a locket to keep around your neck or something like that.
I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah.
Though. I don't know if I would.
Where do you want your ashes spread? Oh no, you don't know.
No, I want to be like
composted.
In a field and like have a tree or something grow.
Do you know where?
I haven't thought that far through yet.
Laura, if you get your ashes spread, where would you want them?
I think I would different places. So I love the ocean.
Yeah.
So probably like Point Magoo is one of my favorite places.
Sure. Okay.
Point Magoo Rock. So probably around there. I love Chicago and New York. So and then Disneyland. So I would probably have something set where
You're going on a whirlwind trip.
Yeah.
You're
you are demanding in death.
Well, no, I'm demanding. Period. But I would leave the resources for those people to do that. Like I would never put it on them just to figure it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Figure it out. Buy a ticket.
Yeah.
No. I would leave all that.
Brian, you're not going to compost.
No, I mean, unrealistically, the mound at Dodger Stadium, but that'll never happen.
Somebody can make that happen.
I'm sure you can make that happen.
Somebody can make that happen.
If that's out there, put me there.
Yeah,
yeah.
That would be
I'll
good.
Forever.
Can we maybe put you in the rosin bag? So like, when the pitcher goes to
that option.
Oh, there you go.
There's a little bit of Brian coming at you.
Yeah. For me, it's real easy. Venice Beach.
That's easy.
Where I've lived for 20 years.
Yeah.
25 years. 25 years? Is that right?
25 years, Mace.
Damn.
Nice. Hey, you gotta get the Venice tattoo
Time
now.
sneaks up on you,
Yeah,
doesn't
it sure does. I won't say that. I had something I was going to say, and then I thought, no, better not say it.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
coming up next for you, it's All-Star break in Major League Baseball, and that means it's time to get ready for football season. Almost here. And we got your fantasy football early download with Marcus. Plus, we found another guy. Last week we found another guy who got busted with creatures in his pants. That's coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland. Marcus is in for John, 710 ESPN.
Travis and
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Gottlieb.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
They not like us.
There you go. There's your song of the summer.
Song of the summer.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Even Steph Curry was like, can we just play something else? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
In a video? Yeah, he was like, there's other songs in America. And LeBron's like, I love this. I'm like, yeah, bro, come on.
It's a great song.
You know, it's so good.
So you know whose birthday it is today?
Who's that?
I'll give you one hint.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Oh, Vin.
Vin Diesel, 57 years old.
Wow.
He does not look 57.
No.
I don't know. If you saw the most recent Fast and Furious.
I have not.
Time is starting to catch up with.
Was it the most? I saw the most recent. Is it Fast 11? Right? Is it 11?
They're still going.
11 and a half, and then there's going to be another half to the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Here's the thing. I love the movies because
I love the movies.
Because
They're
they just
so
leaned
much fun.
into being ridiculous now.
Yes.
Like they don't care anymore. But it is like, Vin's starting to age a little. Dom Toretto's starting to look his age.
It's all
a
about the
little bit.
family.
Dom. Shout out to the cancer season. Woo woo.
You don't turn your back on family. Even when they do.
He is the worst, cheesiest actor.
Oh, man, but
there is nobody hammier.
But I think
than Vin Diesel.
It's funny that they brought him back because they did the first 2 movies with him. Then
they
third
did Tokyo
one,
Drift
which
3,
was terrible.
which was
That was a horrible movie.
Only Ireland loves that movie.
Horrible.
I thought
It was awful.
horrible.
It was,
Yeah.
But they're like, hey, Vin, come back and save our
Please.
franchise
Yeah,
for us,
seriously.
please.
Yeah. And then he and The Rock didn't get along,
Right.
and so The Rock dropped out. Now The Rock is back.
He's back.
What I don't like is now everybody's doing this where you make a movie, a gigantic movie, and you split it in 2.
Yes.
So they just ended Fast and the Furious,
Yeah, so
this last one.
Fast X was the last one that just ended. But like it
and then
basically
there's
is going to
be
continue.
a second half.
Yeah, because Jason Momoa is the big bad guy in this one,
Yep.
and like he's because it seems like everybody in all the bad guys are somebody from Dom Toretto's past. It's like a family member or a spurned high school classmate or something like that. And so Jason Momoa is like coming back for vengeance.
That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
You got to do the
Ride or die, remember?
Ride or die, remember?
either win by what was the line? Whether you win by an inch or by a mile, winning is winning.
I live
Sounds
my life.
right.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one,
Yeah, he's
too.
got
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many cheesy lines. But the movies are great. I love the Fast. I especially loved when Ludacris and Tyrese went to the space shuttle.
Oh yeah, they went to space.
Oh, no.
Oh, the space station.
Yes, they took it was like in a Camry.
Yeah, it was. The car got to the space station.
I stopped watching. I think the last one was, oh my God, 5.
Oh, you got to keep going.
And it's just like,
For me,
No, wait,
it jumped the shark a long time ago.
Yes.
But it's really still fun. Like, for example, I love car parachutes. So they've got so many car parachutes in that movie. Cars going out the back of a plane with gigantic parachutes that allow them to
Which
lower
was
to the
one?
ground
Was
safely.
it 8 when they go from building to building in like
Yes,
Abu Dhabi?
they jump from one
From
building
one-
into
they're in
another.
Dubai,
oh wait, I might
and
have
they go
seen that one.
They're in Dubai going from one building to another, just all the way down.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Okay, I might have seen that one. Then
If
I skipped
you're not Fast and Furious, you're missing out. You're missing out
I
because
think
it is
the
really
space
fun.
stuff just killed me.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, it's
They're
great.
in space. So what else? I want to do this story about. Okay, last week we did this story. Okay, Marcus, and I'm just going to play the news story as it goes. Here, listen to this. So this is from Columbus, Ohio News.
Breaking news this morning. One person is in custody now, accused of breaking into several stores in Hilliard. This is a look at the scene there at the Hilliard Station shopping center. The man broke into Petland, police say. Also famous footwear in a Rooster's restaurant. Police say several gerbils were recovered in the suspect's pants. His name is Michael Pancake. Police also rounded up some puppies.
Pancake?
Look at that. And some birds that were discovered outside the store.
Yeah, so they've discovered gerbils in his pants.
And Michael Pancake's
Michael
pants.
Pancake is such
Michael
a weird
Pancake's
name.
pants.
Yeah, such a weird name.
Several gerbils were recovered in the suspect's pants. His name is Michael Pancake.
Mike, you cannot make this stuff up.
No, you can't make that
Sounds
up.
fake.
It sounds fake.
It does.
Totally fake.
Michael Pancake is a character in a children's TV show.
It sounds like it, right? Right? So I came across this other story, and again, it's creatures in the pants is the theme. So a man was caught trying to smuggle more than 100 live snakes into mainland China by cramming them into his trousers. Upon inspection, customs officers discovered that the pockets of his trousers were 6 canvas drawstring bags sealed with tape, and he had them throughout his pants. Okay. Now, honestly, this is so creepy. The idea of putting snakes in your pockets for a flight is just insane, right?
Is this the
what would
snakes
Samuel? What would Samuel L. Jackson have to say
what is
about
this?
it?
Snakes on the plane.
Get these MFing snakes off my effing plane.
So is this what he just didn't want to pay the fee? I'm assuming there's some sort of like permitting or something,
He was
right?
smuggling them. There were 104 snakes, including milk snakes and corn snakes, many of which were non-native species to Shenzhen.
Aren't some of these like poisonous?
Some of them may be poisonous, yes.
In like
milk
highly
snakes,
poisonous?
I think, are poisonous.
I feel like corn snakes might be poisonous as well. So now suddenly you have poisonous snakes
in your
on
pants.
a plane in your pants.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever grabbed a snake?
Grabbed a snake?
Like held it. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I mean, like, you got to Venice in like the
Venice Beach for $5
or whatever. You take a quick picture. Like, sure, I've done that.
I did it when I was little. I did the banana snake, the huge yellow one.
Right.
The thing is so heavy, but
Yeah.
it was like starting to kind of like twist. I'm like,
I don't understand the snakes as pets thing.
Oh, I have a friend. I had a friend in high school who had a python. Yeah,
but what does it do?
I mean, he used to like
just
to watch.
slithers.
He used to like to watch it eat mice. Like he would feed
that's
mice.
so gross.
And he would enjoy watching it. Yeah, he named it Beavis. Don't ask me why.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's your friend. You're still friends with that person?
We don't talk as often, but yes, we're still friends.
Okay, enough with creatures in the pants. I just wanted to do that quickly. So I've got a list, and Marcus, you are NFL Network guy. You could talk about anything, but
sure.
NFL Network guy. And I came across Pro Football Focus's list of their top 10 picks for fantasy football this year.
Yes.
And one of them you mentioned, which is dead right. You mentioned it last hour. Christian McCaffrey is the consensus #1 pick.
Yeah.
Where in the fantasy football league do you go from there? Who else is a top 10 caliber pick for you?
So it's gone very heavy wide receiver
nowadays. It is so
nowadays.
heavy wide receiver.
So for me, I have CD Lamb at number 2.
CD Lamb is number 2, according to PFF.
Okay. Tyreek Hill at 3.
And he is number 3 on PFF.
Then Jamar Chase for
is
me.
number 4.
Okay.
This
seems
is no
like,
fair.
Seems like
I know. I was like, this is his list.
Groupthink is pretty heavy
This
right
is
now.
unfair. Okay, who's after Jamar Chase?
Breece Hall?
Breece Hall is number 9.
Okay, so I got Breece Hall a little bit higher. After that, I would go Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown is 6.
Okay.
You're missing number 5.
I'm missing number. Let's go with Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson is number 7.
Okay. I would say that they probably have Justin Jefferson maybe
number
at
5.
Okay. Let's see. AJ Brown, is he somewhere in there?
Just missed.
Okay.
Where is AJ Brown? He's close.
Okay. I would think he has to be somewhere kind of close.
Yeah, he is 8.
He's 8. Okay,
I totally missed it. Yeah. So you've now got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and there's only one left.
I'm gonna go Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua is the right answer.
Puka Nacua.
Damn. That may be the most impressive performance of any list game we've ever had.
That is true. That is very true. You wrote the list. Be honest.
You know what? Admittedly, this is my main hustle is doing the fantasy football stuff. So, we see a lot of these lists out there right now.
Yeah. So why did it get so wide receiver heavy and so running back light?
Because at some point, scoring systems became what they call PPR, points per reception.
Right.
So because of that, obviously wide receivers catch the ball a lot. So basically the ability to catch the football became equal to the ability to run 10 yards with it. So, for guys who get the ball thrown to them a lot, you tend to score a lot more points. Plus, just with the league being a passing-heavy league now, it just tends to favor that sort of thing.
Yeah. So would you go wide receiver if you didn't have the number one pick?
Probably wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like I said, the other two running backs there were Breece Hall and Bijan Robinson. So I would maybe consider one of those guys if I was in the middle of the first round, but probably a wide receiver.
They've got Kyron Williams at number 13.
That's about right.
Yeah, my concern is Kyron Williams has not been durable. And that's why Blake Corum, I think, could be a sneaky stash.
He hasn't been durable, and I've just gotten this feeling from Sean McVay that, in the post-Todd Gurley era, he's reluctant to lean on just one running back.
Right.
I think Blake Corum's going to be an interesting fit this year.
He is an interesting play, yeah.
Yeah.
And then quarterback, how late in the draft do you take a quarterback?
I tend to wait. I will wait until like the 4th or 5th round.
4th or 5th.
Your top quarterbacks, your Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen's, those guys come off the board in like the 3rd round.
And you wouldn't ramble after one of them?
Not really. I think you can wait till like the 5th round, 6th round. You can get yourself, Jalen Hurts might be gone, but you can still get a Lamar Jackson. Anthony Richardson's a really interesting fantasy pick
that's
this year
interesting.
In Indianapolis.
Yeah, because he runs too.
That's the thing. Fantasy folks love quarterbacks who can run with the football.
Yeah.
And Anthony Richardson's one of those guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you have it. There's an early sneak preview for fantasy football. Boy, I'll tell you, you're our guy.
I've never played fantasy football.
Oh, you're missing out.
I feel like I need to.
You should jump in.
Yeah,
I
think
you'll get hooked. So good. It
I'm
is
gonna
so
pick your brain.
You can find a second reason to scream at the TV on Sundays.
As a reminder.
Several gerbils were recovered in the suspect's pants. His name is Michael Pancake.
Oh, Michael Pancake. Oh, Michael Pancake.
Mike Pancake there.
You know what he's up to. All right, coming up next, why the Lakers are having so much trouble adding to their roster and one player they should absolutely look at. It's coming up next. Mason in Ireland, Marcus is in for John, 710 ESPN.
It's been a busy block of games in July already, but the black and gold aren't done yet.
Kike shot from 20 and in! Oliveira has scored on the giveaway!
It's another crucial Western Conference showdown, this time in downtown Seattle, as the West is getting wild.
Oh, that's a golazo!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Seattle Sounders. Pregame gets going Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. NextGen is the official AC Heating Plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right, NextGen is the absolute best in the biz. Right now, you get an $88 drain cleaning, and they'll add in a free plumbing camera inspection. All you got to do is call NextGen. Call them at 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit them online at nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGen.
This is the road to the MLS Cup.
Goal! Oh, that's a golazo!
Presented by Northgate Gonzalez Market.
Official Hispanic grocery store of Los Angeles Football Club. Visit NorthgateMarket.com for locations near you.
Here's Mario Rees.
Kai Kamara has been a key acquisition for the Black and Gold this season, adding to the strong depth of LAFC with his 17 years of MLS experience and 147 career goals. Kamara knows what it takes to battle through the busy month of July, where LAFC just played 3 massive matches in a row: a win over the Galaxy, a loss to the reigning MLS Cup champs Columbus Crew, and a draw to Western Conference rival RSL.
This is what the summer is about, we've had a good run, not so good the last game, and coming into this one, but I think everybody knows that right now. It's a really difficult one. You can see on everyone's faces, but it's something that some of us, that's been in this grind of the summer, we have to continue to talk to the guys about and make sure that, we're ready for Seattle.
Racking up points during this summer grind will be key for LAFC if they want to earn home field advantage through the MLS Cup playoffs. I'm Mario Rees, and that's your road to the MLS Cup.
The road to the MLS Cup is presented by Northgate Gonzalez Market.
Get ready for the carne asada with the highest quality meat and cuts from Los Meros at Northgate Gonzalez Market. They are the OGs of the carne asada.
Find a store near you at northgatemarket.com. Northgate Gonzalez Market. Every visit has a story. Go black and gold.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool's been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwich between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Marcus Grant is here. Laura's in for Greg. He's in Vegas.
Vegas, baby! Vegas!
Brian Cohen is here. You know why I'm playing this song?
No.
It's an oldie. Disco era. Carl Douglas. Not the one who defended, not the one who prosecuted O.J. This is a different Carl Douglas.
Carl Douglas, yeah.
So, no. Do you know what's back tonight? One of my favorite shows. It's back right now.
What's that?
Cobra Kai is back. Today is the premiere date for Cobra Kai.
Is this the final season for it?
Yeah, they're doing 15 episodes in season 6.
Okay.
And there'll be 7 of them in part 1 and then 8 of them in part 2, which will come out in November.
Okay.
So the first 7 are dropping now. And I actually talked to Tanner Buchanan, who plays Robbie Keane, for my podcast. And I just find it amazing that these characters that I watched when I was a kid, Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, and John Kreese are still around all these years later. Are you a Cobra Kai fan?
So I watched the first couple of seasons, and I feel like I should catch up. Now, at this point, I should just wait for it to finish now and then just catch up on it.
Right.
It is amazing, though, that this thing has endured the way it has. Which, by the way, real talk, Daniel LaRusso is the villain of
No,
Karate
he's
Kid.
not.
He's
What
the
are you
villain. He
talking
is the
about?
absolute...
Miyagi-Do is all about peace and defense.
Johnny Lawrence is just living his life, right? And then this kid from Jersey shows up and just starts harassing him around the valley all the time.
Wait a minute, Johnny's the one who swept the leg.
Oh yeah, because he has been aggravated and pushed to the point of distraction by Daniel LaRusso.
Well, I will tell you this. I watched the first episode. I will tell you this. There is relative peace in the valley.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
They're not going to the all valleys anymore.
Oh, really?
They're going to the World Championships.
Well, of course, you got to up the stakes
now. And finally, at the end of episode 1, this is the only thing I'll spoil. John Kreese is back. John Kreese is back.
You got to love that.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Now there's a cheesy quality, but I absolutely love it. It's so much fun.
And that's what I love. I mean, I did enjoy that the first 2 seasons. I didn't stop because I had any, sort of dislike of it. I just, there were other things, but I did appreciate that it was sort of cheesy and corny, but they sort of leaned into it too, because I don't know that you could bring it back years after it. Having Johnny be sort of a washed up has-been. Like it has to kind of be a little bit corny because you still want to feel sorry for Johnny at some point.
Yes,
too,
yes. Although he seems to have straightened his life out now.
It's good for him.
Yeah. Now, do you watch Cobra Kai at all, Brian?
I watched the first season a little bit, but
Here's the difference between me and Brian. I watch Cobra Kai. He's the only person I know that has watched season 1 of Shogun.
Wait, I watched Shogun.
Did you watch Shogun?
I loved Shogun.
I loved it too.
I felt like the ending kind of was flat.
Yes.
It's too... I'm not smart enough for Shogun.
I really enjoyed Shogun. It was sort of Game of Thrones-ish, but, in feudal Japan.
I know, but it's like an IQ test. I failed. It's like got all the mythology and all the depth and all the... But it's subtitled, and I have a hard time.
I will say I did, go into the Wikipedia and kind of...
Look stuff up?
Yeah, what is this actually, kind of break it down, because I got a little confused time to time, but really like the first 2 episodes were a little slow.
It got nominated for a bunch of Emmys.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really great. I did think the ending kind of was flat.
Yes.
I was kind of underwhelmed by the ending of it.
Do you watch The Bear?
I have not watched season 3, but I've watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I love The Bear. Do you watch it?
I did this last season.
I heard it was kind of meh.
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm liking it. I'm not all the way through it.
I loved the first episode, which was kind of unique. And
It was. It was like going into his background and his days.
It wasn't
as
a lot
top
of
flight
dialogue
chef.
at all. It was just cool action shots.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then the second episode, a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
I like the Tina episode. Where we find out how Tina got to the restaurant.
Right.
I like that actress. I think she's really good.
I've got other I have to finish the last episode of The Acolyte. I'm caught up on The Boys, and so now I can get there's only so much. I only have so much bandwidth to watch stuff.
Oh,
so
sure.
now
I know that.
So now I think I'm at a point where I've got enough stuff that I've either finished or I've caught up on that I can get to the Bear.
Throw one more thing out there. The #1 streaming show in the history of Apple Plus is on right now.
And that is
Presumed Innocent, starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Good show. I've been watching that.
Very, very good. I'm way into the show. I think episode 8 has come out, and I have no idea who did it. None. That's how you know it's a good mystery. I just don't know.
I have my guesses.
I have theories.
I have theories on who did it. So that's the #1 streaming show on Apple Plus
in history.
That's crazy.
So I think I think it's going to be surpassed when Severance comes back.
See, I didn't watch season 1 of Severance.
Go back and watch season 1 of Severance because I'll need to go rewatch it because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But it was a very much like you're kind of like, I don't know what's happening here, but I really kind of dig it. And then by the time the season ends, you're like, oh, and you're waiting. Now you're waiting for season 2.
Got it.
Go check it out.
Okay, I will. That's Adam. Who's the guy?
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yes.
He's a funny actor. All right, so the Lakers have been kind of stagnant this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Nothing has really happened. Had 2 draft picks.
Bronny
Bronny and the other guy as they're
Dalton can act.
Took Bronny and the other guy.
Can act.
So one of the reasons why they're struggling in making any deal whatsoever is that what they have to offer is not appealing to NBA teams. So this is from Jovan Buha from The Athletic and the New York Times. He writes that D'Angelo Russell and Jarrett Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, they have somewhere between neutral to negative trade value across the league. There are certain teams that have interest in maybe one of those guys, but there are very few, if any, teams that have interest in multiple of those guys, and that's ultimately why the Lakers have not been able to find a deal. So they have no room to use their mini mid-level or their mid-level. They can do a consolidation trade where they put 2 contracts together or 3 contracts together to try to match a salary. But so far, nothing, because these assets are not viewed as valuable in a unanimous way across the league.
I mean, I think that's what Rob Pelinka has been trying to say without straight up saying it.
Yeah.
You know, he's been getting hammered because the Lakers have been standing sort of pat. And everybody's like, well, are they going to run it back with this? And it feels like he's trying to basically say, hey, look, nobody wants the pieces we are offering without just straight up saying it.
Right.
He's got his hands tied behind his back at this point.
Yeah, he really does. He's so limited, and he's going to have to offload somebody in order to have room. The one guy, and I did not realize, I just realized he was a free agent today. Luke Kennard is such a good fit for the Lakers. Guess he shot 45% from three this year.
I mean,
45% from three is crazy.
It's wild. And I've heard Andy Kamenetsky talk about this too, that they were not necessarily a bad three-point shooting team. They just didn't shoot a lot of them. But you bring a guy like Luke Kennard in there, and I think it sort of ups that part of your offense, because the way the NBA is now, you can never have enough three-point shooting.
No, never. It's it is the game, and you'd think that's what JJ Redick is looking for right now. Shooters.
Yeah.
Last year, the team that shot the most threes and made the most threes was
the
Boston Celtics.
Oh, yeah.
The team that took the
championship
fewest threes.
The Lakers?
The Lakers. So they weren't bad percentage-wise, but they're just not a volume three-point shooter and three-point shooting. And if you're not a three-point shooting team, I don't think you can be competitive.
I also wonder if that comes back from the year before. The year before, they did not shoot the three-pointer well.
Right.
And I just wonder if that sort of leaked over into this past year, where it's like, well, we didn't shoot it well last year, guys, so maybe let's take fewer shots.
Yeah. All right, coming up next, I got an idea for a team that I'm not a fan of. Ireland is...
He's out.
He's out.
Bergman's still in, though.
Bergman's in.
Bergman's in.
Greg gets so mad when Ireland's like, I'm kind of in. He's like, no, you're out of it out. You're either in or you're out.
We don't have a quarterback. I'm not going to root for my team anymore.
And then he'll
Can
go
you
like,
imagine if every fan was like that?
Oh.
We don't have a good quarterback. I'm not a Raiders fan anymore.
Then there'd only be fans of like 6 teams in the NFL.
Yeah,
the whole point of being as a fan is you stick with them when they're not good.
Yeah.
You ride it out because you're a fan. That's what being a fan is. Ireland, as soon as the going gets tough, man,
he gets going.
He gets going. He gets going. So I got some advice for the Raiders coming up next. Plus, the item from my favorite grocery store that has been banned by South Korea.
I'm intrigued.
That's a good tease. Who wrote
I'm
that?
intrigued.
Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Well, let me tell you about Commerce Casino, of course. So I was out there playing poker on Sunday. I get there, try to get there once every 2 weeks, because I love playing poker. I so dig it. And I mentioned this week, but I had a terrible day playing on Sunday, but I bluffed my way to a big pot on my way out the door and was able to get away like down 50 or something. It was for me, that was a victory because I did not play well. Commerce is the only place I play poker. Largest poker room in the world with the best poker action in Southern California. Always a seat for you. This year, Commerce is paying out over $20 million in jackpots. Great food, professional friendly staff, dealers who will occasionally give you good cards, beautiful hotel rooms, daily tournaments. Commerce Casino located 6131 Telegraph Road in Commerce. For more information and a calendar of events, visit commercecasino.com. That's commercecasino.com, and I will see you at the Commerce, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season in only one place. Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcasts.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cards for Kids.
KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Hey, what up? It's Matt Barnes here. If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law.
For me, it's about getting the top result and the top value for your claim. Even if you didn't have insurance during the accident, Uncle Artie will still help you. I'm sure a lot of you out there got turned back from attorneys when you said, I don't have insurance. Well, guess what? Uncle Artie can still help you. It does not matter. Give us a call. You have nothing to lose. We take the case on a contingency. You don't pay up front.
Uncle Artie's not just my friend, but he's your uncle in the business. Artie Pernia is a seasoned personal injury attorney who works with you, so you receive the best possible compensation for your case. Let Uncle Artie and the Pernia Law family provide peace of mind, so you can focus on your recovery.
Trust us, trust Uncle.
When you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law, 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How often do you compare yourself to others? It's easy to envy friends' lives on social media when you only see the good parts. But comparison is the thief of joy. Online therapy helps you focus on what you want, not what others have. Because your best life is better than the idea of someone else's. Visit BetterHelp.com/Freddie today to get 10% off your first month.
Something amazing is happening with supply chains. They're running themselves quickly and securely. That's because retailers consulted with CDW, who designed and built a Cisco security solution to defend against attacks and respond to threats. With end-to-end protection, better decisions are made in real time, so warehouse and customer data stay safe until products reach their destination. Cisco and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Cisco.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
So, Thursday, by the way, this place is kind of empty, isn't it?
I said the same thing.
I don't know
today.
if anybody works in the summer. It's like
We
L.A.
do.
in general.
We definitely do.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? It's like summertime. People are just doing whatever.
I mean, I guess so, except, I mean, I love LA, but like it's kind of always summerish around here.
It's true, but there's something about summer. It just hits you different.
It does.
I think like this year, the weather was so off in
Yeah.
LA that I'm just happy for it to be sunny and nice. And I'm like, I just want to be outdoors and do things, but I haven't done anything.
Well, summer was tape delayed out here. You know, we get a lot of things tape delayed in Los Angeles. Summer was tape delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
By the way, I got a text from, we're on YouTube today, and my mom and Nut Stepdad Leo are sitting in Palm Desert watching right now,
Hello.
and they say you, Marcus, are one of the best fill-ins we've ever had.
Oh, thank you.
We were just talking about that.
Thank you so much.
Brian and I were like, he's like, I really enjoy the back and forth between Mason and Marcus.
Yeah.
And I was like, so do I.
Yeah, it's good. It's a
Very
good
cool.
show today.
I,
Good show
I,
today.
I am genuinely grateful. Thank you so much.
So, do you know what the #1 selling item is at Trader Joe's? I love Trader Joe's.
Oh, I love me some
The
Trader Joe's.
single biggest selling item there.
I'm sure it's something sesame covered.
Oh, I was going to say orange chicken.
You're right on the
The sesame,
the sesame,
so like the
and
sesame, like I say, the sesame cashews or something.
No, it's the
Bagels?
everything but the bagel seasoning which is delicious.
It is.
Good.
You know what I have that on? Hard-boiled eggs.
Yes.
Ooh,
That's
sounds-
really good on
That
a
sounds
hard-boiled
really
egg.
good. That does sound great.
With a little bit of Tabasco on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So good. So,
So good.
you can't get them into South Korea. Apparently, there's been an issue with this. They are illegal in South Korea.
What?
Yes, because it contains poppy seeds. So this is being confiscated at airports because of the poppy seeds, which are illegal. It includes, when you put this on your food, it's a crunchy mix of sesame seeds, salt, dried garlic, dried onion, and poppy seeds, which are on a restricted list of foods since 2022 in South Korea. And so travelers have been dealing with confiscations in airports.
Are they concerned that you're going to somehow harvest the poppy seeds
And turn it into
They're
some
hallucinating.
sort of
opium? I'm going to
opioid?
turn my
something?
everything but the bagel
That's
seasoning
crazy.
into opium.
One, I mean, it's all roasted, so it probably doesn't have the same properties. But
No.
two, that seems like a heck of a lot of work to get enough to actually
Oh.
manufacture
but
anything.
Separate it out, too.
Yeah, you'd need thousands of bottles.
Like,
Yeah.
which
That's ridiculous.
could their version of the TSA actually be having some scheme to confiscate
to
enough
confiscate it.
bottles?
You're right. Inside job. All right, so I've got some advice for the Raiders.
Okay.
Just trade them. Just trade them. Seriously.
Okay.
Enough with the drama. Just
Him-
trade them.
Him being Devontae Adams.
Yes. I mean, this is not going to be a great year for the Raiders. I know you guys are huge fans and you believe that you can make the playoffs with 9 wins or whatever that is. I don't think that's going to happen. So why not? Why not move Devontae Adams now, get as much as you possibly can for him, and go into next year with extra picks. You're $30 million under the salary cap right now. Use that salary cap space and the picks you get for Devontae Adams as a way to rebuild the team and look at next year as the year that you make your impression.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I think what happens is at this point, though, you're going to get relative pennies on the dollar for Devontae Adams. I don't think you get the full value of what you could have gotten.
You don't think the
had you
Jets would
done
just
it.
give everything for him?
I don't know, because I mean I know Aaron Rodgers would, because Aaron Rodgers would make the pitch to play with his old pal and his old teammate, and they could definitely help. He could definitely help them get over the hump. But if I'm the Jets and I know the Raiders are really trying to move him and he doesn't want to be there, why would I offer you full value for it?
Yeah, I think it's a different case than Brandon Ayuk. They're going to keep him.
They're keeping him. He's not going anywhere.
He can ask for a trade, but he's not going to get it.
Yeah.
And but I do think that Devontae Adams, if I was the Raiders, I would just say, do you realize they're $30 million under the cap?
They've got a ton of room they can work with.
And they must be thinking about next year as they go. There's already talk about Shedeur Sanders potentially being the quarterback that plays for the Raiders next year. They get him in the
Sanders
draft.
in Las Vegas, in the city of Las Vegas, first of all, would be intriguing. But playing for the Raiders would be even more intriguing. I think that'd be fun.
You know, we had that Brock Purdy conversation a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So back-to-back tweets. Brock Purdy not being on every top 10 quarterback list is absurd. Purdy last year, first in quarterback rating, passer rating, and yards per attempt.
Okay.
Next tweet. It's easy to throw for 4,300 yards and 31 touchdowns when you can dump it off to McCaffrey and let him run for 65 yards.
He is a Rorschach. He's an ink blot test. Like, whatever you want to see in Brock Purdy, you are going to see it.
Yes.
You are.
So the opinions are so divided. All in all, I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's doing.
No. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's doing. I always feel like the biggest argument against Brock Purdy is that, like, well, he doesn't do what Patrick Mahomes does. And I'm like, well, duh.
Yeah, right.
Who does?
Who does?
Exactly.
You know? If that's the bar we're setting, that's an impossible bar to reach at this point.
We're going to do some game of games. Laura's game today.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Laura, you announced that the game is easy.
Yeah, very easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
So
this feels like a trick.
No, it's a
Oh, right.
fact. It's a fact or fiction.
Fact or fiction.
So you it's 50-50.
Okay.
You get it or you don't.
Yeah.
I won't give you much more than that, but I feel like I made it, because a lot of people sometimes tell me, they're like, oh, your games are a little confusing or they're a little hard.
Yep.
Like shoes on the wall, remember? So,
oh, my God. Shoes on the wall that is legendary.
Some people say.
If you ever heard the shoes in the wall bit,
I don't even remember.
God,
I have
that
to look
is
because
funny.
I do keep.
You
all
were
my
here for that,
games.
right, Brian?
Yeah. I feel like the answer is that some people say.
Yes, exactly. Shoes in the wall.
I will find that question and give it to Marcus. But so I wanted to make it easy. I also will bring Cappy and DeMarco if they're available, both of them, so we can play with
Okay,
us.
cool. All right.
It'll be fun.
And I want to make one hail fellow well met. The great Bob Newhart passed away today at the age of 94. He was so damn funny. Had the original Bob Newhart show, which ran Saturday nights on CBS, and then had Newhart, and had the greatest finale of any show in history. Newhart, Bob woke up in the bed of his original show with Suzanne
TV wife,
Plachette and said, I was having a dream, and I was with a woman who wears sweaters.
And I ran a hotel.
And yeah, it's just an amazing ending. Yeah. So Bob Newhart, also tremendous comedy albums from the 60s. Really amazing guy. So hail fellow, well met. All right, the Game of Games is coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's been a busy block of games in July already, but the black and gold aren't done yet.
Kike shot from 20 and in! Oliveira has scored on the giveaway!
It's another crucial Western Conference showdown, this time in downtown Seattle, as the West is getting wild.
Oh, that's a golazo!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Seattle Sounders. Pre-game gets going Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with two big bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
At Carden Alleyway Hyundai, the sizzling summer sales event is on now. Lease a new 2024 Hyundai Elantra SCL for only $249 a month plus tax for 36 months on approved credit. Plus, get peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and the Hyundai Assurance Program. Carden Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway in the Corona Auto Center or CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. Lease for $249 plus tax. License and fee to well-qualified buyers. 36-month lease. 10K miles per year. $34.99 due at signing. Not all buyers will qualify. Down payment may be required. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 07/31/2024.
Coming up today at 4 p.m.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and Cap.
Cappy.
Yo.
How are you?
I am really good. I'm really, really psyched. And by the way, I'm just letting everybody know.
You brought in some lady today.
Yeah, I did. But before I tell you about the lady, I want to just tell you something right now.
Yeah.
About 22 to 24 minutes ago, I went to our really fancy, expensive coffee machine here at the ESPN LA studios.
Oh, I got the move for you.
Okay.
Double espresso.
Yeah.
Then get a vanilla espresso mixed in it.
Okay, that's a nice move. What I did is I went with a vanilla latte, and then it asks you, it says, hey, how strong do you want it? So I went plus to make it as strong as it could possibly be, and then I sucked it down. I sucked the whole thing down, right?
Right.
I'm just letting you guys know I'm on one today.
Sedano and Cap, every weekday after Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
If you're looking to get a new car, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Sure, you love your old car, but you know it's not normal to give instructions on how to open the window. It should be self-explanatory, but it's not. And notice how when you're in other people's cars, you can feel cushion in the seats? That's pretty nice, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new car. It's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. DeMarco Farr, who's filling in the afternoon show, is here and ready to play. What's going on, man?
I'm ready to play.
Heard
Let's
the
go.
show yesterday. Lots of football. I loved it.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I
Fun
thought it was
stuff?
great. Really good stuff all the way around. We're cranking up football too around
You
here.
feeling excited about the Rams?
I'm excited about the Rams. I'll be doing a show from training camp 2 weeks.
Who are you watching? Stafford. Got to be watching Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford.
Fun
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
All right. So Laura's game today. Laura, what do you got going?
All right, guys. So like I said earlier, it is a fact or fiction. I'm a July baby, just had a birthday. So let's do some fact or fiction about these people who also have July birthdays, okay?
Okay.
All right. I already said, super easy game. All right, let's start with an easy one. One of my birthday twins is Gabriel Iglesias, a.k.a. Fluffy. Everybody knows he loves old school VWs. According to IMBD, he owns over 30 VWs. Is this fact or fiction? And I'm going to start with DeMarco.
That's got to be fiction. 30 VWs? Wow.
Marcus?
I'm gonna say fact.
Brian?
I'm going to go fiction as well.
I'm going to go fact.
It is a fact.
It's a fact.
Fact.
Nice.
Nice.
How many
Nice.
VWs can you have?
I mean, how expensive are VWs really?
Different styles? Or
He likes a little bus one. Like he's
Oh,
known
he wants
for
the
that.
buses.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was gonna say
One bus
Beatles.
having all. Yeah.
I was gonna say
He is
Beatles.
unknown for this. Okay. Our very own Ramona Shelburne is having a birthday tomorrow. And did you know that she had a cameo in the movie The Fan? Is this fact or fiction?
In The Fan. Marcus?
I'm gonna say fiction.
Brian?
I'm going to go fiction as well.
I'm going to do a fact here. DeMarco?
I'm going to go fiction. I've seen that movie. That's De Niro, the fan,
That's a
right?
terrible movie.
Yeah. I loved it, though. Come on.
Yeah, it is fiction. She does not.
Yeah. Bobby Rayburn.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on, man.
it's a
Yeah,
terrible.
it's terrible. And they play that game through the rain.
Yeah, like,
at the
you like
end,
that
where it's
movie?
like no, I'm not a fan.
I was expecting Noah and the Ark to come by the final scene.
John
That's how
Crooks
much
in that movie.
My
Come on.
my friend Rick Schwartz was the play-by-play guy when they did the game in the rain at the end,
Yeah.
where they should have pulled the tarp on the field.
Yes.
But yeah, it's not a good movie.
Baseball
All right.
purists.
Next one. We only have 10 of these, all right?
Yep.
So the next one. Tom Hanks has had a birthday earlier this month, and before he was a huge movie star, he worked as a peanut vendor at a baseball game when he was a teen. Is this fact or fiction?
Let's see, Brian.
Fact.
I'm also going to go fact. DeMarco.
That sounds very Hanksy. Fact.
Yeah, it's fact.
Oh, that one, see? Easy game. It is fact.
It
Yeah,
is fact.
He's at
There you
A's
go.
game. He worked at the Coliseum for A's games.
Oh, did he really?
He did.
He's from up in the hills, right?
He's from Alameda, yeah.
That's it. Okay.
And then just score update. Marcus is 3 for 3. He has not missed one.
Wow.
Mason, Brian, and DeMarco all 2. So it's a very tight race
Okay,
here.
very close.
All right, let's go next one. Today, as Mason said, it is Vin Diesel's birthday. And Vin Diesel was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. Is this fact or fiction?
I don't have friends. I got family.
Las Vegas, Nevada. It starts with me, and I'll say that's fiction. DeMarco.
Oh, fiction. I have no idea.
Marcus.
I'm going to say fiction.
Brian.
Let's go fact.
All right, Brian. Well, you should have gone with everybody else.
Not from Vegas. Not from Vegas.
Because he's not from Vegas. He's actually born in California.
Oh.
Oh, I was going to say New York.
Yeah.
I was going to put New York to throw you guys off, and I should have because I feel like that's what people would have guessed.
I like most of his movies. Yeah.
Most.
Yeah.
Keyword there. All right. Selena Gomez, whose birthday is on July 22nd.
Just got nominated for an Emmy, by the way,
Yeah.
for Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, so her birthday's coming up. Did you guys know that she's only 5'1", but you can't tell because she wears so many high heels? So is this fact or fiction?
Let's see. We start with DeMarco here.
I'll go fact. Saw her in concert. Wasn't very tall.
Marcus.
I'm going to say fiction.
Brian.
I'll go fact.
I'm going to go fact.
All right, so only one person got this. It is fiction.
Fiction.
She is 5'4".
Yeah, I was like seeing pictures of her next to Martin
taller.
Short, and I was like, I didn't think Martin Short was that
Yeah,
short.
right.
You know, like,
Yeah. Marcus, you are 5'5".
Oh, the pressure's on now.
You have not missed one
Just,
at all.
you're trying to jinx me here.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just also trying to make sure I'm keeping score correctly because it's my first time keeping score. All right. Fred Savage, who is known for the Wonder Years, graduated from UCLA in 1999 with a degree in drama. Is this fact or fiction?
It's Marcus.
That's fiction.
Brian?
Fiction.
I'm going to go fact. DeMarco?
I'll go fact.
How did you know that, by the way?
I'd follow Mason on that one.
Yeah.
No, not you. Marcus.
No, I'm pretty sure he went to Stanford.
He did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Stanford
He's a
guy.
Stanford guy.
Yeah.
You just are like fiction.
Yeah, that's like one of those weird things that I just have rattling around in my
Wow.
head.
Nice. Good call.
And he graduated with a degree in English.
I couldn't have told you that part.
Laura, what's our score?
Okay, so Marcus is 6 for 6.
Wow.
Yeah, Mason, you got 3. Brian, you have 2, and DeMarco, you have 3.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I believe
feel-
Marcus has probably clinched
Yeah,
it, but
I
we'll do the
feel-
rest
yeah.
for fun.
All right. So Marlon Wayans has a birthday coming up next week, and he's also great friends with another July birthday, Omar Epps, since they were children. Is this true? Is this fact or fiction? I'm sorry.
Let's start with our leader, Marcus.
I'm going to say fiction.
Brian?
Fact.
DeMarco?
Fiction.
I should go the other way, but I think it's fiction.
It is fact.
Oh!
And he finally got one wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. I think only Brian got that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did, yes.
Only Brian got it. Okay. Yeah.
By the way,
it is-
Omar Epps was in the Toyota Celebrity Grand Prix a couple of years ago with me.
Yeah.
Beat him.
Beat him.
I finished 14th out of 17.
There you go.
Omar crashed.
All right, we have 3 left. 3 left. 3 left. One of my favorite guys, John Leguizamo, was voted most talkative in high school. Is this fact or fiction?
John Leguizamo. Marcus?
That feels like a fact.
Brian?
Fiction.
Gotta be fact.
I think that's a fact.
It is a fact.
Yeah.
Brian, come on now.
That makes sense.
He's very
That guy's out
talkative
there. He's out there doing one-man shows.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. All right. Okay. Well, we got one from John Ireland and one from Missy Elliott. Let's go, Missy. Missy Elliott had a birthday earlier this month, but she also tweeted about her song "The Rain," "Super Duper Fly," was transmitted all the way to Venus. According to CNN, it took 37 minutes to travel all the way to the planet of love. Is this fact or fiction?
Marcus?
I'm going to go fiction.
Yeah, I'm going fiction. DeMarco?
Fiction. That sounds like a lot.
Fiction.
Yeah.
It is fiction.
But some song did. What song did
It was
do it?
her song.
Oh, it was her
I feel like
song.
it took longer than 37 minutes.
But it took 14 minutes.
Wow.
Shorter.
Okay.
Way
Very
shorter.
tricky.
Yeah. I mean, some stuff you just gotta tweak it a little.
Yeah,
bit.
right.
Yeah.
All right. This is the
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So the last one. This is about John Ireland.
Oh.
He's my other birthday twin. He's not only known for the voice of the Lakers, also for the show Mason and Ireland.
What's up, players?
But he also has won 3 Emmys. Is this fact or fiction?
Okay.
I feel like Mace
I feel like
has an
Mason has
unfair
to go
advantage.
last.
Go first, Mason.
No,
Yeah.
Mason has to go last.
Mason has to go last?
Yes.
All right. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I'm going to say I'm going to say fiction.
Okay.
Is he right?
I'm going to go fiction as well.
DeMarco?
Fact.
Yeah, I think it's a fact because I've
Okay.
been to his house and there's like a platform with 3 Emmys and a spotlight on it.
Okay.
He has won Emmys, but it has now been 3.
Oh.
It's 2. 2 Emmys.
I figured that was going to be the tweet, right? That, like, it was about the number,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no. Marcus cleaned up.
Yeah,
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Wow.
Marcus.
Great.
You know, the last time I was here on Tuesday, I did really poorly at Game of Games, so I feel like this is some redemption.
You've recovered.
Yes.
Mason, you had 2, 4, 5. Brian also 5, and DeMarco 6.
You should have went to the Mirage this weekend.
Yeah.
Right? I know. I'm wasting my talents here right now.
Can I do the tiebreaker just for
Yes,
fun?
do it for fun.
All right. Selena Gomez, who I mentioned earlier, is one of the most followed people on IG. How many followers does she currently have?
Okay.
On IG. I'm going to go with
All right, Mark.
150 million.
150 mil. Okay.
I am going to go 75 mil.
75 mil. Mace.
That was me.
Yeah.
I will
said
go
75 mil.
55 mil.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll do 200 mil.
Okay. So
Has
you're
everybody gone over?
No, nobody has gone over. You
Really?
guys are super under. The closest one was DeMarco with 200, but she's at 426.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I knew she was up there.
426 million
426 million.
426
Is that like
million.
president level?
I think she
Where
probably-
does she rank
Wow.
in most
Serious
followers?
She was the most followed for a bit. I think, was it somebody else dethroned her, but.
I feel like no. So I'm looking here. I threw out again. Leo Messi has 505 million.
Yeah.
That's
I think
unreal.
that's who did either her, Ronaldo or him.
Yeah.
But like,
Messi's got 505.
she is 426 mil. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Ronaldo's got 635.
635.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Messi's got 504. Selena Gomez has 426.
426.
Kylie Jenner has 398. The Rock has 396.
You guys were so. When I saw 55, I'm like, whoa, Brian. Like,
Yeah, I
dang,
felt like 55 was
really
kind of
low.
low.
Like extreme. Mason said
Unbelievable.
75.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think I
amazing.
don't think I ever would have pegged Selena Gomez though, being in that
Can you name
stratosphere.
2 of her songs? Can you name 2 songs?
No,
I cannot either.
Yeah.
No.
I got Love Song, and that's all I know.
Yeah, what made her such a sensation?
I mean, she was a Disney kid,
She was
right?
a Disney kid. She was in Barney. She was also dating Justin Bieber for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah, that makes a difference.
But
Okay.
she's been a top follow on IG for a long time.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
No
All right.
idea.
Was the Game of Games easy?
I thought it was not easy. It was easy for one of us. Yeah, it was easy for one of us. All right, Laura, great job. Thank you. Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob Ramrani. If you were involved in any kind of accident, he is the guy you want. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call jacob.com. Let's hit the Super Stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super
There we go. There's Cappy.
It's always such a thing.
It is
my
such
favorite.
a thing.
It's such a thing.
It's the best.
Love
It's
it.
the best. It's not Cappy without a love boat. So big Super Crosstalk going on right now. You guys were at LAFC last night. Was that your first time at LAFC?
My first time ever. Loved it. A blast. They have gained a fan. I loved it.
It
was great.
is. It is awesome. It's
Yes.
such a great vibe. It's a cool stadium.
Yes.
The supporters group, the 3252, is nuts. I got to watch a game from inside there
Man.
a couple of weeks back. It is really, really fun.
Mason, they're tireless. They just keep going.
Well, I was there. We were going nonstop.
They just keep going.
You just keep
Okay, so
chanting.
you've been to SoFi, right?
Yes.
What is the difference? Because I felt like I was so close to the field last night. It was amazing.
Well, I mean, SoFi is obviously much bigger.
It's
Yeah,
larger.
but it just
Holds many more people.
It just felt like when I was walking by trying to find Cap and those guys, I could see the players. I was right there. It was a different perspective. and ladies, sorry, Laura, it was absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
last
it's
night.
a great experience. Cappy's wearing his LAFC scarf right now.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Dale,
black and gold.
Hey.
Dale,
Dale, black and gold.
So Cappy, you've been to, is that your first time at LAFC?
First time. LAFC.
Yeah.
He has his button on.
Yeah. I was at BMO last night at LAFC. I had that fresh torta.
Oh, that torta was
That
fire.
torta was fire. It was muy bien.
Good. Yeah.
So good.
That torta was amazing. Mace, you were in the 32-52s
Yes.
for the entire game.
For the entire game, correct.
Standing the whole time?
Standing. There are no seats
Dancing?
there. Dancing.
Cheering?
There's no seats there.
Yeah.
Dale,
black and gold.
Yeah. And smoke weed the whole time?
I did. I vaped before.
You didn't smoke weed while there?
No, not while
You
there.
got a pregame before you get in there.
Yeah. But don't you smoke the whole game?
No, I went to the tailgate party. I smoked it up a little bit, and then I was fine for the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because DeMarco and I were like, next
Oh,
time
yeah,
we
were-
come.
were you
We're
hitting
going
it?
in there. We're going in there. We're going in there.
Yeah, next time we come, we want to go 32-52, and we just want to smoke weed.
There's no seats in that section.
No, there are no seats.
No wonder.
They're like tied up, so you can't actually sit. Nobody sits down.
There was like a couple of guys that were facing away from the stadium. Or away from the game. They were just facing the crowd.
So they like cheerleaders or something?
They were in that section, but they weren't watching the game.
Oh, they're
they were
like directing because there's different sections of support. Like the supporter sections has different like groups. So I think that's what they're doing, and then they're like banging, the drums and stuff. So yeah.
Those are the dudes we got to hang out with.
Yeah.
right there.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Did you see Raider Rubin?
Did not see Raider
We
Rubin.
didn't.
No, because
You'd have to go to the 420 originals in the 32-52
to find Raider Rubin.
To find Raider Rubin.
Apparently, also, we've been accused of masoning.
In what way?
Who accused us?
By who, by the way?
By people on Twitter.
Who?
Who?
I don't remember who exactly.
Yeah.
Big E, I think.
Okay.
What
Big
happened?
E.
I think what happened is we had a listener win yesterday. Was it Hector who won the
Yeah.
tickets? So Hector said that he got here to the radio station at 7 and he got to the parking lot at 7:30.
Okay.
And he was trying to connect with us, but never did. But we never got any communication of any kind.
Right.
So immediately they accused us of masoning.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Hell no.
The guy that I show up for everything. Masoning my ass.
Can you describe what
One
masoning is?
I'm
So-
unclear.
And he leaves
One
early.
time, when I went to the 32-52, I was supposed to go to the 420 originals. Instead, I was at the Pride group. Now, the 420 originals are very upset with me, led by Raider Rubin.
Okay. How about the Pride group? Were they happy with you?
They were very happy with me.
Really?
Yeah.
So Mason is standing someone up.
It's basically-
It's not leaving early. It's just standing
Oh, that's
someone up.
Apparently,
different
just standing one person up,
Oh,
Raider Rubin.
okay. Got it.
So you stood
Okay.
one guy up last
No,
night.
we didn't.
We didn't stand him up.
Okay, first of all, sorry, Cappy, I'm interrupting. Because I told Hector, hit us up, like when he won, he was like, oh, if you guys go, blah, blah, and then he tweeted, I was like, hit us up. Did you get hit up?
I didn't get hit up.
I didn't get hit up.
I didn't get hit up.
And I don't think the other boys got hit up. Did
DeMarco,
you
you
guys
get hit up?
I didn't get hit up.
No,
So
no,
how
no.
are we going to stand somebody up when you don't let us know where you are?
Yeah,
That's
come
true.
on,
That's not
man.
By the way,
Yeah.
masoning is not a verb.
That's
I
not
will
a
be.
thing.
I don't get offended by a lot. That's
Yeah,
I
that
find
pisses
that
you
very
off, right?
offensive. That
Right, you
pisses
should.
me off. Yeah.
I agree. I was offended for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you mark a scene? No, it doesn't.
I hope not. No. Like,
So, what are the odds that we all go back and do a game in the 32-52?
Okay,
Let's
the
go.
odds are great.
Yeah.
Because as DeMarco just said, and I agree with him, they gained a fan yesterday. You know. Now I will tell you this: that I received some pushback
On?
from some of my San Diego friends who were like, "Oh, Kaplan, broken-hearted. There you
Why,
are."
they have a team down there?
The FC, right?
They have a new team, San Diego FC, which doesn't play yet. They haven't played a game yet.
Okay.
But they have a new team, and there I was wearing my tallis, wearing my LAFC tallis, right? And people are like, "You're wearing that LAFC tallis," and I'm like, "Well, so."
Yeah.
Is this a problem? It's my first time at the game.
Yeah.
I want to be a supporter.
They gave you tickets.
The radio station is in partnership with,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
They're a partner.
I don't have any issue with this.
Right.
You know, so I'm not apologizing
Good.
for it.
Don't.
I'm not going to do it.
Do not.
shouldn't.
You
No,
don't
sorry,
have
not-
to.
sorry,
I
not
won't.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Marcus, can I ask a quick question?
You may.
It is my
Besides the
under-
one you just asked.
Yes. Right. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. Then I'm going to get approval to ask another one.
Okay, sweet.
okay.
All
Okay.
right.
You are considered by many, as I understand it,
Mm-hmm.
to be a fantasy football expert.
That is the rumor, yes.
A guru.
A guru.
A guru. Even.
A guru.
A guru.
I like it like that. A guru.
Yeah.
A guru.
You have to put the emphasis on a different syllable.
Got it. All right, so as a guru, I want to say that just like last night, it was my first LAFC game.
Okay.
This is a true story. I've never played fantasy football.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can believe that.
By the way, you've said that before. I still can't believe that.
It is true.
I can.
All right.
I can believe it.
I've never seen an episode of The Simpsons.
I'm not a big
That
Simpsons
show's been
guy.
on for 30-something, 40
That I
years.
can't believe.
Not
It's
seen
been
one
on
episode.
forever.
Not
It's
one
been on
episode.
Longer
my
than
life.
Meet the Press.
Okay.
Yeah, wow.
So here's the thing. So I've never played fantasy football.
Okay.
Don't usually have like the attention span.
Right.
To deal with like more like I like Prize Picks because it's daily fantasy.
Okay.
But I don't. But I have a close friend, who for the last 2 years has been asking me to join this fantasy football league.
Mm-hmm.
I resisted last year. There's no getting out of it this year. Okay. And it's expensive to play in this.
Like
league.
how much?
See, now I don't feel like you should dip your first entry into fantasy football shouldn't be a high stakes league.
I don't think he has a choice.
It sounds like you don't.
How much you talking about? What's a lot?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can I get approval to ask another question?
Yeah, approved.
Okay. What would you say is a lot of money to play fantasy football?
Our league is like $500.
$500. That seems like a lot of money to me.
It is a lot of money. What is yours though? Yours sounds higher stakes.
It is more. It's more.
It's more by how much?
Put it this way.
Am I approved to ask a question?
Please.
How much?
A lot more. I'll put it this way. I'm currently saving.
Really?
Wow.
I'm saving.
You're saving up for this?
I have
Marcus, maybe
going back
right
to the
now.
coin jar.
I have
Yeah,
a piggy bank. Yes, I have a piggy bank.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saving coins. Anytime I use cash, let's say I go someplace and something's $20, right, or $15, and I have a $20 bill, which is rare that I have cash. I take the $5, the change, and it goes into the little fantasy football jar.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, because it's ridiculously expensive. Now
they take small change in your league.
No, I'm gonna take it to the bank.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna get a cashier's check.
Those are big bills,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive league, and the only reason I'm playing in this league is because the guy who runs the league is a close friend.
Yep.
And if I'll just be a little bit more transparent. He is the lead investor in my software
Oh, you have
operation.
no choice.
So I have no choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no choice.
You are obligated.
This
Mr.
guy,
Sided, you got to be in his league.
He's put in a lot of money into our company.
Yeah.
So I have to put what is to me a lot of money into his
Right.
fantasy
Into his
football
fantasy league,
Okay.
yes.
So I have no choice.
Yeah.
But I have no experience. So I could just essentially throw the money away, or I could employ.
You're about to pick his team.
This is what it sounds like.
I could employ.
It sounds like I'm going to be drafted.
You're going to employ Marcus to be your general manager?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you heard this on the show today, but I pulled up Pro Football Focus top 10 draft picks.
Yeah.
Marcus, off the top of his head, bam, 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 bam. He knew what was on that page.
Okay,
Wow.
I don't know what's on that page. So top 10 fantasy football picks for this upcoming year would be
Christian McCaffrey's number 1.
Okay, got that.
You're looking at CeeDee Lamb 2, Tyreek Hill 3.
Can't cover.
Who did I have at number? Jamar Chase at 4.
Yep.
We sort of diverged. I think my 5 was different than their 5. I had the same 10, just maybe in a slightly different order.
Heavy wide receiver, though.
Very heavy wide receiver.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I think I had Breece Hall. I had her personally at 5. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown at 6.
Wow.
Bijan Robinson at 7.
I hope he gets loose.
I think the rest of them in some order were A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua.
Oh, wow.
That was all of them.
Where was
Wow.
Jefferson? Down the list a little bit?
Jefferson's at 5 for.
They've got him at 5. I have him a little bit lower.
Okay.
I'm worried about the quarterback situation in Minnesota.
I feel you. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the kind of smarts you're dealing with. That's the kind of football IQ we're talking about here.
Well, the thing is that also, and I don't want you to get territorial on me, Mace.
In what way?
Well, I would like Marcus to become the fantasy football consultant to Sedano and Cap.
Oh, no. No.
You're going to be territorial on me,
Oh,
aren't you?
no.
I love that there's a land war fighting
Yeah,
over my
Put a fence around
services.
him? Yeah. Look at that face.
Marcus is a Mason and Ireland guy.
That's it.
Wait,
Yeah.
Mason,
Period.
don't make my job harder. I
just
just
depends
fixed
on
it.
offense.
I want Shadano and Cap to be the best show possible.
Okay.
So what is ours is yours.
No, nice.
Oh, hey, I feel the same way. What's
Yeah.
mine is yours.
Speak up, Marcus.
If you-
I love this this unity between the mafia and the COT. I love the whole thing. It's
You're a
great.
first-round draft choice.
Apparently,
So
I am.
Yeah, they love you.
Awesome.
They're
They love
arguing
you.
over you.
My
great.
mom and Aunt Stepdad Leo have texted multiple times saying that Marcus is one of the best fill-in guys we've ever had.
Wow.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
They'll win a Mandy next year.
Oh, yeah, you'll be up for the man.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this.
But the thing is about this is that I'm telling you right now, you got to understand, in real life, I'm a very cheap guy. Okay?
Yeah.
Because when you're broke for as long as I've been broke,
I understand.
You know, and when I say broke, what I mean is like I went through like a whole thing in 2019 in particular. I went through a divorce and a business blow up at the exact same time.
Wow.
The exact same time. And I had this this bankruptcy attorney tell me, she goes, "You should claim bankruptcy." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Because people claim bankruptcy for 3 reasons: either a major health problem, a business blow up, or a divorce." And she said, "You have 2 out of the 3. She said, but I told her, I said, "I can't claim bankruptcy because I just like I have too much pride to do that."
Yeah.
And listen, people do it. I don't knock people for doing it. That the government set it up that way, and that's fine. But I could see my grandfather turning over in his grave over and over again. "I told you, you don't know how to deal with money," right? Whatever. So I'm in this situation now where, to me, to spend this kind of money to play in a fantasy football league is way, way, way out of my league.
I get it.
Well,
So
especially
you're trying to tell them you need to win.
I need to win.
There you
Because
go.
not only do I need to win the money back, but then I need to take these fools' money.
You're being recruited.
I see.
Yeah.
I
Heavily
I
recruited.
picked up
Yeah.
on
Ask
that.
for NIL money.
You're
I
his
picked up
number
on that several
one
months
draft
ago.
pick.
I picked up on that a little while ago. Yeah.
Now, my question would be, what would you like in return? So, in other words, if let's say the league costs $500, like Mace's league does, and let's say you win, hypothetically, $5,000.
Right.
Once I recoup my $500, there's $9,500 left over, theoretically.
Right.
Or in this case, $4,500 left over. What sort of percentage would you take as a general manager?
I mean, I feel like I would be like an agent or a manager, right? And that's sort of a 10% sort of a
that's sort of a
deal.
10% thing, yeah.
Dude, he's begging.
Yeah,
Come
by
on,
the
what
way,
are you doing?
is low. You're gonna make all this
I was
picks.
going to say done.
What are you doing?
10% done.
See, this is why you need an
Let me
agent.
totally Scott Boras this thing.
Okay.
40%.
I might need, I feel like I need
He's
some.
picking the team.
I might need a representative in here, right, to sort of negotiate on my behalf.
I'm doing this.
Hey, Mace, you say he's picking the team, but I have a question.
Yes.
So the night of the draft,
right?
The draft is on a Wednesday night. It's August 28th. I actually have to. You talk about the expense. First, you got to pay to get into the league.
Right.
I got to fly to Phoenix.
Okay.
In late August, by the way, I got to play golf with these guys the day of the draft,
right.
and then at night they go out and they have this bar and they do a draft in a bar and everything else. So, like, if I'm going to pick the team, like, how do you pick the team with me that
part
night?
of the question is what is my level of consulting in this?
You're
whole
picking
thing?
the whole team.
Are you doing the draft?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Am I just? Am I running the team on a week to week basis?
Yes.
Am I making waiver claims?
I don't want to.
That's 60%.
Listen. I'm Jerry Jones. You're Stephen Jones. I mean, is that a good comparison?
You want to be Jerry Jones?
Well,
I don't want to be.
He hasn't won a
Super Bowl.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl
hold on.
since the 1900s.
Better example.
Okay.
I'm Stan Kroenke.
And I am Les Snead.
You're Les Snead. That's a better example. Thank you, Mace.
Yes.
All right. I feel like so then we are talking, closer to 50%, something like that.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think 50% is right.
So no, you said 40%.
Right.
And you said 10%.
I didn't realize he was managing.
I didn't know the level. I didn't know my level of involvement.
You're
in this
actually
whole thing.
putting him in an extra fantasy
You're going to get
football
your money
league.
back
Right.
if he wins.
I don't have a problem being 50-50 partners after I recoup my money, and the reason for that is because I feel like, one, I'll recoup my original money.
Mm-hmm.
2, we'll split the winnings.
Yeah.
And then 3, I have bragging rights over all these guys that I beat them.
Which is priceless.
Right.
That is that's the part that you can't put a price on that.
Plus the prize, at the end of the rainbow, that must be a hell of a.
I would guess is a big
you
pot.
put that
of
money
gold.
in.
But
Ask
Marcus,
for a no tag clause too down the road.
And no tag.
Yeah,
right?
no
Okay.
tag. Right?
as for your resume,
Yes.
Outside of being a fantasy football expert on the NFL Network,
Guru.
Guru, have you? Do you have a lot of victories that you can like speak to your?
I mean, I don't know
of
if I have
success?
a lot of trophies on the wall, but I have some successes. Yes, I do have some very high-profile wins. I was the champion of the NFL Fantasy Live League on NFL Network. I have some success, some playoff wins. Look.
That's
the whole
worth
trick,
50%.
the whole goal is to make the playoffs, really. Because once you get to the playoffs, like anything can happen.
And the bottom line is, he knows everything. You know nothing.
Right.
50%.
Therefore, 50-50.
50-50.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You're the face of this operation.
Right.
I'm just
10%.
I'm the
what
puppet
kind of
master.
negotiator are you?
I didn't understand.
10%.
I didn't know. I thought I was just giving him some tips for the draft.
No,
I didn't know I was actually running the whole team.
He was buying the drag.
Right. the night of the draft, what do I do? Like, how do I communicate with my GM so that I'm in front of these guys and they don't know that I'm cheating?
Is it cheating?
That's not cheating.
It's not cheating.
Put his name on it. It's Cappy and Marcus.
Okay.
It's the Cappy and Marcus team. You're a team.
Okay,
You're not
wait.
doing anything. He's doing everything.
You're not breaking rules.
Would you consider putting up half the money?
Oh,
my God.
No.
You're
negative Ghost Rider.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah. That's
What am I
not gonna
speaking
fly.
Klingon to you right now?
Yes, exactly.
I want some butts.
Marcus, great job today. Laura, great job
Mason,
today. Back
no,
tomorrow.
no,
at 1
don't.
with
Where you
Momo
going?
and Bergman's
No.
back.
Where you leave?